chicken soul. And
That's
like,
right.
He rebooted.
Oh, that's what it was.
He reaped a chicken soul.
He Skyrimmed him. He Skyrimmed him hard.
You know, that's one thing we didn't really think about. Is the dragon's soul going to be affected by the fact that it's a chicken?
Not a chicken anymore.
Oh, it wasn't, was it?
No, the dragon decided to just decide against becoming a chicken. Like for
Right. It's all coming back.
times,
Yeah.
which was
legendary existences.
so much fun.
But I wanted it to be a chicken.
I know. I wanted it to be a chicken too.
Yeah.
If you hit him with enough powerful shit, he would have ran out of those. And then he would have become a chicken. The rolls were... Papa.
Yeah, well... Next time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Now we know.
I'm chicken.
Now we know.
Alright. I think today is going to be mostly, if not all, RP.
Certainly
Oh.
seems
Good. I hope somebody else is willing to be the voice of the group for today, because I'm not.
Oh, it's
gonna
fine.
be able to-
It's fine. I was literally rehearsing, like the past couple days, and in the
Okay.
shower, in my my classic
Shit kicker.
think and shit shower. Yeah.
Mm.
I took a dump. I waffle stomped it,
You gotta.
and then I was thinking. What's called a waffle stomp,
As is tradition.
as is tradition, as it is written.
Reading through my notes, I was like, "Who the fuck is just in case?" And then it's like, "Oh yeah, the little black guy."
Okay.
No, it's all coming together. You know that whole extra person that's in our group now.
Okay.
That one
crazy.
I don't know who you're talking about.
sounds like a fucking nerd.
Yeah, what a fucking loser, huh?
Yeah.
Who would spend their, what is today? Tuesday evening.
Bro, I don't have no idea what day it is.
It's Tuesday. You're right.
I thought it was Wednesday. For the
Oh
longest
shit! I
time.
never did the session recap. The last notes I have is a session I called "Primed for Chicken."
Yeah, you're a little bit behind there.
And then the last session is chicken didn't happen.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
Well,
he's
it
right
was-
on that one,
Take
though.
note.
That should be the name.
it was Operation Sicken Chicken failure.
Right. Yeah, the last notes that I have are, we need to kill the dragon.
I have the whole.
Chicken or the necromancer.
Yeah.
I'll
As,
give you a recap.
as I usually do, I have the entire fight written down, but I don't know if you want all of those notes.
Yes,
it's fine,
please.
all right.
I mean,
speaking
Want
of
a
notes-
turn-by-turn recap.
Yeah, I literally have it, and I can even pull up a video to back me up.
Oh,
Oh my
hell
god,
yeah.
I forgot you videoed!
Yes, I do.
Oh yeah, you recorded last session?
I have recorded the last two, and I'm recording this one. I just keep forgetting to put them on YouTube.
That's fucking awesome.
No!
I
So
will.
good.
I will hit you guys up with the link as soon as it goes up. If you are uncomfortable being in the public, I will just put it up there as our own archive, and it will only be shared to us.
Hell yeah, I don't care.
Doesn't
Let's do it.
bother me. As long as I'm not saying anything racist or whatever, but which by me is
Before you even started.
I'm done. I'm canceled already.
He canceled.
Listen, this
himself
isn't
before we could
Witcher.
Get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Man,
fair.
so
I was about
when
to
we
say,
were-
we are.
Yeah. When we were gonna play yesterday, I got a Blood for the Blood God shirt.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
And
God.
it's one of my favorite shirts. I was looking for it, but I think it's in the laundry. So today I'm settling for it. It's a band T-shirt, but the vibe is still there.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah,
Oh.
dude.
There it is. Holy crap.
I was
Nice.
looking at that Canisius hoodie.
Oh yeah, this thing that's 15 years old. Yeah,
You not have a
Canisius
15-year-old
wrestling,
kid,
baby.
Sonny?
Damn.
That
why don't-
and the
why
shorts
don't-
I used are still in use in my regular rotation.
Those have
Why
held up
don't
really
you
well.
guys-
Shit.
Oh yeah.
Why do you guys not have a 15-year-old Canisius hoodie? Is the better
Exactly.
question.
I mean, all my RA t-shirts are mostly worn out.
Mine is
That's
sad.
sad.
I don't know if I want to say it or not.
Uh,
My current oldest hoodie was actually one of Tristan's.
Ooh.
Aw.
Yeah, I know, but I still keep it in good condition. I still wear it, so
Yeah. That is a gentle wash for that one.
Yes,
Oh,
very
yeah.
much.
Oh yeah, no.
Good
We're
wash.
keeping that one as long as possible.
We
Possibly turn
love
it
On
into
a-
a pillow later because I know how to do the thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, when it wears out too much to wear, absolutely.
On a separate note, I got my honey tea because that guy's voice waters me.
Gotta recover the throat.
Yeah. Now what do I want to drink? Wine, vodka, whiskey.
Hot toddy.
I just need you to know
Oh.
that the face for Zithris has been giving me such the runaround trying to draw that shit. I have
Oh
this
yeah, I've been
particular
meaning
look
to
that
kind
I'm
of
like,
Yeah, I've been
haven't
meaning to
gotten it yet.
re-describe him because I literally just stole Arthas from World of Warcraft and used that as the token. But that was my inspiration for it anyway.
well, yeah, I remember that. And then,
But yeah, I've been thinking of other designs. That's actually funny you mention his face. Okay, I will throw that in then.
alright.
I was gonna do something that I had a moment in mind, specifically involving Pep, that I was like, huh, I wonder when I can throw this in, but maybe I'll do it today. Now that you,
That's not ominous. Suddenly uncomfortable.
Oh, you know what? They're a little bit small for like an actual well drink. But I got a couple of these little glasses.
Oh, that's cool.
Maybe I'll just put some whiskey in there and do that.
I don't know if whiskey's gonna help in this situation, but you're more than welcome to try.
Loki, what
Alright.
you doing back there?
Don't have a lot left.
Alright,
Alright, are we cool with jumping into it?
Yeah, that's
I'm
fucking
ready.
roll.
I've just been cleaning
alright.
off bits. You're good.
So,
Oh, I need to find my dice. Hang on.
you all,
Yeah, like I said, I'm so unprepared.
I don't think you'll need too much today, but you all,
He says that him.
Yeah, right.
Suddenly we
my
need all the
dragon dice.
d20s.
last time you were in Blackstone, you set off a new, your course of action, which was to chase down the other remaining harbinger at large of Panoptes somewhere in the world. Fortuitously, Urzatan, the copper dragonborn that you had hired to get some info, had come back and told you that someone matching Ziphrus's description was seen about various villages and towns near the newly proclaimed Zurian Empire. Sorry, Exaltian Empire. You decided to hunt him down. You went to Arcadia. You ventured back into the Sea of Grass, and you found a camp of goblins, with one of them proclaiming themselves to be the Goblin King. You fought through them. They kept speaking about something about the Avatar of Morg. You fought through them. You did not find the Avatar of Morg, and you ventured into the mountain itself. You discovered a red dragon lairing inside the mountain, as well as some sentimental keepsakes of Spaz. And a letter that was written to Spaz by Shard, written by none other than Nimnim. After that, you ventured into Balad Kaz, the Dead City, following Ziphrus's tracks, sometimes literally, unveiling bits and pieces of what kind of fate had befallen the city. So you entered the Shadow Forge itself. You came face to face with Ziphrus. Instead of fighting him, you chose to ally with him, at least for now. And your first task was to take down said dragon. You did, and just before doing so, a new member revealed himself and helped you take him down. While the dragon was on his last legs, named Puranax, by the way. Puranax. Zephyr swooped in and Skyrim style sucked his soul out, flensing this flesh and scales from his skeleton as he decayed before your eyes and had no choice but to cow in subservience. The light in the dragon's eyes, a burning lava flickering to nothing but cold embers, and reigniting in blue flame, outlined in white, the standard color of Zephyrus. Not to be confused with the colors of Panoptes, which is a burning blue and green with a smoky black outline. And that is exactly where we leave off. The dragon, freshly made to serve the chaos of the battle and the subjugation itself, wearing off. All of the flame and lava inside the lair itself that was at one point illuminating it, now smoldering, sizzling embers. And the room is cold, similar to that chill when you first walked into the Shadow Forge. And after a moment of silence, the dragon's breathing and heaving stops. Fully zombified, no longer needing air. And it kneels stoically, statuesque, in subservience. After a pause, Zephyrus speaks, addressing you all. You have showed your strength and cunning. You have earned your reward. The dragon's hoard is yours. Gather it and use it to aid your search for the well. That is the next step.
So we'll just get going then. I guess we'll go the way we came. But is there a shortcut perhaps to the well from here, so we don't have to go running all over the mountains the way we came in? Not that there's anything wrong with running through the mountains. It's fine. It's just there's a goblin camp, and like I know that we killed most of them, but like you never know
Well's
if there's somebody
location has
scouting.
been lost to time. Cutting you off. Utterly ancient, which is one of the first NPCs or PCs to ever do so.
I know, all of you just let me ramble for far too long every single time.
Like, this dude's just like, nah, we're good. You can stop now.
You're like, oh, you want to test your improv skills today? Let's fucking go.
The well's location has been lost to time. Utterly ancient and hidden, even by the standards of the world that I lived. So you must investigate those equally as ancient. Venture south to the Sakran deserts or into the Great Scar. Under the sands you will find remnants of the Zurian Empire. Which those regions, Pep, you would be familiar with. The deserts of Sakran and the Great Scar.
She hears the names and just looks visibly uncomfortable for a hot second.
Consulting the map.
Yeah, I know.
It's very
Oh,
far south.
That is
Also,
way far south.
Wait,
out
oh,
of
yeah.
character, I want to say the map that Spaz got had an X on somewhere down south. That was a possible lead for us, which is
That
great.
sounds
Yeah.
correct.
That can we see the map?
I actually don't remember exactly what. Oh shit! Yeah, I don't fully remember that. My bad.
Let me me see if I can consult the notes on this one. Oh god, which time was it?
Back in the day.
You said the Great Scar in what desert?
It's the Sahran Desert. It's not actually labeled there, but it's just the dune deserts kind of to the south.
Oh, near Lochir.
Yes.
Okay.
The Great Scar in the Saffron Deserts are.
Yes. Looking at my notes on the back of Spaz's map, there was a shoddily drawn X, basically. If I recall, it was very rude version of the southern continent of Apamar.
Mm-hmm.
Because the map was drawn by Shard, so it's like
Right.
pretty much only interpretable by Spaz.
Only the best of maps.
It's an unintentional secret language that only they know.
It's like Thieves' Cant, but so much worse.
Yeah.
It's like the gibberish thieves can't.
Yeah, Goblin Cant.
Yeah, I did forget to add that. But like, there's a little thing that says Sakir Sakra. I mean, the little town there. Just the deserts around it are called the Sakran Desert.
Gotcha.
So with a C or a K?
With an S.
With an S.
And a K.
Oh!
Aha! But you got to get real phlegmy. The Sakir Sakra.
Yeah,
I
it's
put
when
a
you're spinning
CH
the
and hoped
stand
I
out.
remember.
I get it.
Ah.
Very well.
All right. Well, sounds like we need to start making our way in that direction then. And see what we can find along the way.
Is there anything we should expect of you, Zephyrus, in the meantime?
I will begin mustering our legion. Kind of pauses for a moment. He says, "The new Exaltian Empire is powerful, but lacks organization or strong leadership. The kingdoms they face are unwavering in their independence. I foresee a long, brutal stalemate, and it suits us well. I shall reap..."
I'm so sorry. I promise that's the only one.
It was right before one of the coldest lines ever dropped, by the way. Going,
Oh god.
Just me to ruin a moment.
I regret nothing.
brutal stalemate serves us well. I shall reap the death that is sown by this war.
As I figured you might.
Well, do you have any means of getting us down south quickly, or do we need to just find a boat and sail?
You have legs, do you not?
Oh, you gotta walk more?
Yes, but is time not of the essence?
Can we sail there? On a boat?
We can sail and get close, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are familiar enough with the map, and let's just say one of you even has a map, right? So you can consult it and see that, yeah, you can either, based off your familiarity with the map and what you're looking at, you can either basically kind of retrace your steps to Bramblebrook, and then either pass through or around the forest, going to the city of Metamere, and then following that river down. You could also get a boat and sail, presumably to Lohir, and then going west from there.
I think that
Or-
was one of... Go ahead.
Or, I mean, with Andros' ship, you can kind of pop off wherever.
Yeah.
You can potentially...
That was one of the
Where-
debates, was hitting
Where
up
is
Andros.
docked?
What was that, sorry?
Where is Andros docked? Is he at Blackstone or is he at
I
Arcadia?
think he's still at Blackstone, isn't he? Or did he go off on his little like side adventure?
Well, he was saying that Listros is in danger
That's right.
due to the war. Listros is one of their targets that the kind of coalition of cities is trying to absorb. But he was last in Blackstone with you guys. Because when you were in Blackstone, you actually took a teleportation circle to Arcadia.
That's right.
Could we find a teleportation circle to get us any other places, or are we only
Yes.
between?
You have one right here.
He's pointing at himself.
Spell
Yeah,
Also
okay.
that, yeah.
Spell
Also
that,
that.
that's right.
Yeah.
You can see me.
Subtitles. He's pointing at himself.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claire.
I can teleport to known locations.
But do you have to know it, or does just anyone have to know it?
I
Like,
have-
knowing known locations as in you've been there before, or that you know that they exist? Because in which case, there's a man in a red suit at the top of the planet that I need words with.
The less I know, the more
Uncertain.
uncertain where we land.
Yeah, so
Fantastic.
based off your familiarity with the area, it's semi-random where you pop off or how close to your designated target you wind up.
Yeah.
So it'd be better if you had been there once before.
Sounds like a more definite way to make sure we don't go off track.
Mm-hmm.
But also, what if we managed to get some of your memories back? If you had actually managed to travel to any of those places.
Well, that's the thing with the potion I took. It's all gone. So,
Oh,
You don't
unrecoverable.
even get like a tingle when you go past something you might have been by before.
I had never seen that letter that I wrote with Scar.
Fair.
With what?
With what was his name?
That's right.
Put some respect on his name.
Actually, the fact that you don't remember is actually I like that more.
Yeah, that's
That does work
fantastic.
really well.
That's gonna work.
His name is Shard, and I threw him off the cliff after his death, as was requested.
Oh, I want to go. Awful cliff.
I'll try and push you, man. You know I will.
I
I'll
thought
let
you
you.
wanted to go out in
Dunkirk to help
glory.
you, darling.
I thought you wanted to go in glory in battle.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
but then
yeah.
what do you do with the body? It's not just gonna disappear.
Honestly, that would be pretty
Precisely.
badass if we think about it. The Dunkirk having Kodlak in the tusks and just blip.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. Well,
Anyways,
anyhow, do we want
Back on
to
track.
travel to the coast, get a boat? Do we want to teleport to Andros and hope he's there? And more
Well,
or
how
less
many
commandeer his
teleports do you
ship?
have?
Or do we travel south and to Metamir and take a riverboat down to the area?
How many teleports do you have?
One.
Oh.
But then I need a long rest.
so
Oh.
So
one
what
day
a
worth of travel, we can get.
Well, because we could always teleport to find Andros, and then if he's not there, we take a little napsy poo, and then the next day we'll go towards where one of those other options there, and then.
I'm just pointing this out. And this is partly me wanting to throw out all of our options, and it's also part of me, some mysterious voice is telling me to remind you all that when we decided to go after Zephyris, one of our options was to try to, get our old buddy Ragnar back, the old smash and grab.
Oh yeah, we gotta do that too.
Zephyris apparently knows him. I'm just gonna
Oh, yeah.
throw that out there because we all would have known this, obviously, because it hasn't been that long since we've talked about it.
No, it's only been like
So-
3 days since we lost Ragnar. It just
Yeah,
happened.
okay, above
Exactly.
the
I don't know
table,
what compelled me to talk about that, but I just thought I would. That's all.
No,
Yeah,
that's
wait,
okay,
hold on.
darling. It
On that
weighs on my
note-
mind at all times. I needed the reminder
Yeah.
so much.
I didn't mean to bring it up,
Table,
Pep. I want him back too. That's all.
I know, darling.
I miss his quippy little banter.
I miss the beard. I miss a lot. Anyway,
Yeah, wait, I'm just sorry, point of clarification. When we talked about this, about this to Zephyrus, he said he knew him, or he said he had a way to get him back, but it didn't sound. It sounded ominous. If I remember, it's been a while.
It was a little ominous. You got the impression, pretty obviously, that Zephyrus knew Ragnar, or knows of Ragnar. And obviously, being one of Panoptes' harbingers, he's probably familiar with more stuff going on behind the scenes. He did mention saving Ragnar, but like it was very, nebulous and ominous and, whatever.
Hold on, I want to double check my notes on that shit because I know I would have written it down.
Essentially saying that if you wanted to talk to Zephyrus about that, he'd probably have some info for you.
One way or another, we are going to wind up in the Shadowfell. Either to help... Well, no, because Zephyrus did make it seem as if that may not even need to happen if we get the right powers. If I remember correctly, yes?
Panoptes is part of the plan. He may or may not be the first step, but he is a piece of the puzzle.
Meaning you need him dead, or it doesn't matter as long as he stays in the Shadowfell?
Zephyrus kind of pauses a moment, and then he kind of you can see him slightly glance towards the dragon. And then back to you guys, and he says, Panoptes' soul would make a mighty boon. Moreover, he is in possession of something that would aid us greatly.
Bitches.
You can see that Zephyrus, he's not, you can't see him mulling it over. To you, he's statuesque, but his pauses give you a sense that he is calculating how much information to give you guys and potentially reluctant to reveal certain things. But he does say, after a moment, the scepter of Orcus. And I would like all of you to make a religion check.
Look at that D20 I told you we'd need.
Religion?
Religion.
Oh,
Nope, absolutely not.
Actually,
There we go.
is that intelligence?
That's
Yeah.
weirdly one of the things that I picked. Don't
I was
remember
gonna
why,
say,
but I did.
All right. I'm
Too
using
bad I
this
rolled like shit.
Intelligence check. Just count me as a failure.
Yeah,
I'm
I
using the die gel.
rolled bad. I'm sorry.
So did I.
It's a
We
10.
can use dice scales now. I mean, mine was
Hold
actually.
Godlike might get a nat 20. No, he did.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
He did.
That would be the weirdest moment for him, though.
We all might
He rolled an
get
8
20.
for a total of 6.
So close to having
Oh,
him
yeah,
channel
that's
divinity right there.
Almost. That would have been divine intervention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a
Oh,
13.
Sorry, go ahead, hon.
I got
A
an 8.
13. Yeah, what'd you all
Yeah,
get?
11.
11,
10.
Hold on.
10, 13.
Fuck is my character sheet? Here.
Yeah. The rare religion check.
I got a 3.
A 3.
It's like we need a paladin or a cleric for that.
Yeah.
God, crazy!
Theo
Man,
didn't roll
whatever
high?
happened to those?
No,
I
11.
don't even have a modifier
Oh, okay.
for that, so it was a straight roll.
Yeah.
I speak to
It's
the
just- I did
trees.
not roll well.
I don't say much.
No, not
That's
today they don't.
amazing.
But wonderful. We're in a cave. No wonder why.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like, I
the
shall
name-
listen to the trees, and the cave goes, fuck you.
The cave just goes.
Yeah. Just muffled. With those rolls, the name wouldn't particularly strike anyone's memory.
Hawker.
Well, making a note of that to ask someone else.
What was the name again?
Orcus. Orcus.
Orca.
Did
Got
you
it.
say rod or scepter?
Scepter.
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 Orca septicae. Got it.
Exactly.
Alright. So he has this item. I take it you don't really want to tell us what it does, because you seem to be cagey about a lot of this information. But I'm gonna take a wild guess. It's pretty powerful.
Your assumption is correct.
So, short of his soul, this item is also equally valuable to your cause?
Correct.
One over the other, or both?
Both are necessary for the end goal.
Are they tethered? Is one connected to the other?
No.
That's good.
Hmm.
Is there a way to save Ragnar at the moment?
He looks at you, and then just a long, uncomfortable silence. Before he finally speaks up and he says, "Do you really know your triumvirate? Have they told you the full story of Blackstone?"
Mostly?
Of which part do you want to speak of?
I'm all ears.
What are
Ragnar
you
has
claiming
told
that
me
they've
quite a
left
lot.
out?
Hector may have told you much, but perhaps not all. He actually takes a step, just like adjacently, as if kind of waxing poetic, right? In the ending days of the Battle of Blackstone, in his frenzied desperation, Panoptes beseeched any god, demon, or devil that would listen. One answered, Orcus, the demon lord of undeath. Panoptes pledged his soul, and in return was bestowed the scepter. With the scepter and his grimoire, Panoptes was able to perform a ritual ensuring mutual destruction should he be defeated. He bound the souls of your friends to himself, meaning that should he fall, the others would perish with him.
The fuck?
Son of a bitch.
That explains why they're so old.
Indeed it does. They always
Ow.
thought it was because of the stone itself, and being imbued with the souls of possibly everybody who had died.
After learning this, they chose to sacrifice an entire city to save their own lives. Is that someone you can put your trust in?
Sacrifice.
Someone you truly want to save?
Sacrifice them how?
The city was destroyed, as I'm sure you know.
I do.
The crater.
The city was destroyed along with all of the inhabitants in it. Kith and kin, survivors, fighters. They all perished. Lost to oblivion. So that Panoptes would fail. But they would keep their lives.
Mm. Are you sure?
He
So-
quickly turns his head to you and he says, "What other choice do you have but to listen and trust?"
That's a fair point.
It is called finding our friend and then asking him exactly if this is true, because I have a feeling he'll want to tell me the truth on that one.
Or we can compel him to.
Precisely. But either
However-
way, I would rather hear those words from Ragnar's mouth. As I do know for a fact, he did lose his son in that battle.
Oh,
Many lost family in those battles.
I'm aware. So it seems a little odd that he would make a choice like that without being compelled by someone else. Or for another reason. I would rather ask him himself instead of getting your word for it and taking that alone.
You are loyal. Let us hope it does not lead you astray.
Astray to where? And to who?
Depends on where you place those loyalties.
always riddles. Always freaking riddles with these guys. You can't ever just tell us, go here, do the thing, kill this guy, save the world, go back home, here's some snacks.
Go to the Great Scar. Go to the deserts of Sakran. Find clues to the well. Find the well.
If I remember correctly, that is indeed our only way to get to the Shadowfell and to Ragnar with any certainty of actually getting him back. Which is why, as much as I hate this plan, hooray, we're going south.
Hooray. Oh man, what am I gonna do with all of my clothes? If it's going south, it's gonna be warm. I won't need all these cloaks.
You have a bag of holding, darling. You could put it in there with the giants.
Well, they are all in there. I mean, I don't have a closet bag of holding. No, we just have the one bag of holding that holds everybody's everything. I don't have nothing. What? We're going to save Ragnar. Let's fucking go!
Baz, we need to sift through the dragon hoard.
I was going to say, what in the world are we going to do with all this gold? Because if we leave it here, it's definitely getting stolen.
Zephyrus interrupts you and he says, "You are right to claim your prize. And before
Yeah.
I leave, I have one more gift for you all." And he raises a gauntleted hand. White smoke flame slowly wisping off of each of his fingers.
I don't trust, but also don't move.
The smoke begins to whirl and drift to the sky and eventually finding their way to all of your heads.
Ah,
Whoa.
And all at once, you can feel... It's not particularly a pain, but it is shocking. It is a chill that runs up your spine, colder than you've ever felt. And it makes you tense and, for lack of a better term, freeze up. And you feel a pulsating brain freeze. And a pounding headache that eventually subsides. And for a moment he says, "What the fuck?
It's one of the songs actually has a little bit of some kind of
That is
thing. Yeah,
hilarious.
that was some weird timing though.
That is fucking hilarious.
The fuck?
And that's what he says.
Yeah. After the pound. Okay, shut up. After the pounding subsides, you can hear inside of each of all of your heads his voice.
Nope.
No.
Where the Romans?
You are soldiers of the Legion.
I do not care to have your influence in my mind.
I'm getting real sick of having other people in my brain.
Yeah, this is a little bit invasive. Is this just so you can talk to us? Because there's other spells for that.
I feel like how he gives us this instant communication. We're like, come on, dude.
I mean,
What a privacy!
is it just him surveilling us through our heads? Is what I want.
Oh.
Pretty much what's happening.
I mean, at a later date, you can try to look into it, potentially oust him or get yourself cleansed, perhaps. But for the moment,
Cleansed in the fire.
Feel my friggin' phone vibrate while it's sitting right next to my hand.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Why not?
and
When I'm at home.
the last thing he says to you before departing,
Hi, fishy.
and he looks at you, Spaz,
Oh.
and he says, "Walk or sail south. Find the well, and I will meet you."
Around this game again.
And with that, he stiffly walks over to Pyrenex. Pyrenex bows, lets him mount, and with
Yeah.
an unfurl of rotted wings,
Mhm.
you get the stench of death as the air passes over you,
Sleep on it wrong.
and Pyrenex begins to fly and lift off and
Why not
pass
wrong?
down the great caverns out of sight.
Oh god. How'd that go? 3 minutes.
Alright, well, what's another passenger in the head, alright?
Another
It's happened before.
I had
It's
the
gonna happen again.
whirlpool. I had the worm thing from the ocean.
Yeah,
I had the fucking mind flare. It's just it's
Oh,
getting to be a
yeah.
lot.
No, that's fair, darling. I feel like you've taken more abuse on that one than the rest of us.
It's just so loud all the time. I'm used to my nice quiet brain, and now it's just bah, 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 bah.
As long as he doesn't steal all of my best Philip Popsicles.
Oh no, you better not. Yeah, no, we gotta get some patents on some of those because the ones that you were telling me at camp last time, those are good. Those are money makers.
Right, the one where not when you die, but then the other guy dies too.
Well, yeah,
That's like, oh, we win.
yeah.
Oh,
Listen,
Or
if
like-
everybody's dead, then everybody wins. Like I
Yeah,
don't.
or
see
that
the problem
game
here.
that we invented together, where you roll the dice and then you stab the other guy in the eye, right?
Yeah, I mean, not always. Yeah, it depends on what you roll.
So,
But that's the beauty of the game.
You roll,
just
you
stab him
stab.
anyway. It doesn't matter. You stab him anyway. It's just an excuse to stab a guy in the eye.
We gotta
Because
come
if
up
he-
with a better name though, because stab roll sounds good, but like, I feel like we can do better.
Well,
I
look,
feel like it's a little obvious,
look.
darling.
Yeah.
because here's the thing, right? If he, no pun intended, but if he can't see the fact that a stab is coming right for him, he deserves to get stabbed.
He
I
does. He does.
Never let your guard down.
It's called dexterity.
We'll workshop the name now.
Well, yeah, we'll
Maybe
work on
like-
it. We'll work on it.
Maybe instead of stab roll, we can go with like roly stabby.
What about Candyland?
No, I hate that.
Oh, okay. I'll
What
keep
does
working on
candy
it.
even have to do with anything?
Well, it's a misnomer. So like people are expecting, oh yeah, Candyland, that's great, and then you stab them.
No. It's Mrs. Noma. She got married last summer.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah. The beautiful
sweet.
little
Pretty
ceremony.
sure that Bruce is gonna tune out of Cobb Black's brain at this rate. He's like, holy crap.
No, I now
Yeah,
want to
you
know
noticed
if
he had
Zephyrus
5
is here
fingers,
at
by
all
the way.
times.
One of those
Inside Cobb Black's
tendrils.
head.
Yeah, there's 6 of you, but only 5 tendrils.
That's the part I don't like.
I thought that's why the
Done
Bruce
with
said
Cobb
"the
Black
fuck?"
already?
He's like, oh my god, this man's brain.
Yeah, no, he pegged him right away. It was worthless. But before you, in the cold,
Say dank.
Oh, yeah?
Call it dank.
no, it's not dank. It's actually quite
Crispy.
dry in here. It's crisp. It is cold and crisp. Although it is muggy from the smothered lava flows.
Whoa.
Before you lies glittering piles of gold, silver, and platinum. You can see sheens of what appears to be. You can almost hear or feel the thrums of potential magic items
Fair enough.
buried in these piles. But you're left with an eerie hollowness that you are left with continuing to deal with Zephyrus, presumably. Nevertheless, the loot is yours.
Well, time to.
Do you loot?
Yes. Loot.
Is it worth
Obviously,
it?
we
For
lose.
the
What a
dragon.
fool
It's not
fish
like
is
the
it?
dragon sets traps, right?
Yeah, the dragon is the trap.
Well, I mean, the dragon is usually sure destruction. Like, you try to
There's
rob
also
the
still
dragon.
lava piles. We might want to be careful.
No,
There's
those
still
all
lots
got extinguished.
Oh, they're extinguished. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
still, maybe still be careful. We never know where he might have actually put a trap, because it is a dragon, and I don't know if he's cocky enough to just be like, nobody's ever gonna get in here.
We don't really know how
Mean.
he is, so yeah.
I would if I was a dragon, but that's just me.
You guys want
Yeah.
to look for traps?
Quit the desktop.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will allow 2 of you to look for traps, or 1 of you with help.
Not me,
I was gonna say that should probably be me. Yeah.
most likely.
Yeah. I'd say, yeah, go for it.
So you can do, you can either do a perception or an investigation.
I will be doing
Trap checking.
perception.
Alright.
I almost called you a Razbel. That's not your name.
Wrong game.
I'm so frightened. Oh, this cold is
I've never
really
been called
taking the
that in
weirdest part of my brain.
84 years.
Razbel, would you like to help me with my role?
Don't you love sick brain?
Oh, wait.
Oh
hold on.
god, it gets everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Duh. I remember that now.
I just love sick mushy brain.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll help.
I mean, I don't really need the help because that's a 28.
Hey-o.
I think you're fine.
Jesus.
All right, so before you
Plus 10
guys
perception,
go
baby.
Scrooge McDuck diving into the gold piles, Spaz
Just
takes
like
a
the bottom
good
piles.
10 minutes. Spaz takes a good 10 minutes to using his innate trap laying ability to try to find some traps. But it comes up empty. It does not appear that anything is booby trapped.
Hell yeah.
And
never
as the
mind.
rest of you dive in, for expediency's sake, we'll say that there's a couple of you guys that probably have a Rain Man-esque ability to count gold. So you guys wind up with the equivalent of, it is scattered between gold, silver, and platinum pieces, which are magnitudes of each other,
Jesus.
essentially. But you wind up with 38,550
Jesus.
gold pieces.
Oh my god!
I am going to Scrooge McDuck my way through it. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, no, it is very Scrooge.
Okay.
It is
Oh.
Scrooge McDuckable.
My God.
These are Scrooge McDuckable pow. Yep.
Pow, pow, pow.
I feel like we
Scrooge
could
McDuckable piles. Yeah.
we could buy entire towns with this.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
I think this is the literal most gold I've ever seen in my life.
You're gonna see
yeah,
Spaz just like short-circuiting it at the estimated number. Like visually, like shit, it's a shit ton of gold, and that's great. But like number-wise, that's a whole different ball game for his brain to process.
Mm-hmm.
And high hopes for that one. It looked so cool.
How do you spell peace?
P-I-E.
ECE.
What are you, James? How do you spell there? Which one? What?
Horrible spell. I'm just trying to see. I'm just double checking that it's carryable through your various bags and holding.
That's
stuff like
part
that.
of why my character had mentioned something in the first place. I'm pretty sure it's not.
Spaz
I
is
mean,
gonna shove as much as he can, like, in his regular pocket, and then, like, he's trying to drag it, but it's just so heavy that it physically cannot be pulled.
I feel
Yeah,
like
well,
we
that's-
need to make a cache of some sort because I don't think we can really take all of this, and I don't think we should.
Well, that's why I said it's a mixture of stuff. Gold, and then a platinum piece is worth 10 gold, so it's the equivalent of. Let me just Google it, dude.
500 pounds of items. Volume can't exceed 4 feet. Bag itself is always 15 pounds, regardless.
But
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I should have done this beforehand. But
How much?
Call yourself a DM, so unprepared.
It's okay. I'm not gonna argue with you
a
like an
gold
uncle.
piece weighs about 9 grams,
Oh my God.
or roughly a
Conversion
third of an what?
Oh, here we go.
Avoir du poids. What is an avoir du poids ounce? Whoever can tell me that without googling it gets inspiration.
Avoir de poids? Say
Yeah.
it again?
It's
Wait, say it
probably
again?
something from the age of sail.
Avoir du
Like
poids.
the 9 pieces of 8.
I'm
Probably.
assuming that's how it's pronounced, because it's very French.
Yeah.
This is
Nice.
how it's spelled.
Sounds very much.
Okay, in the chit chat, got it.
You've all lost your
Avoir.
Yeah, you
window
had it
of
right.
Google, by the way.
I'm
What was
assuming avoir is its own
It's-
word and dupois is.
It is.
You wouldn't
Avoir
see it,
is,
but the recording would have if
You
I
have?
did Google.
avoir is to have, I think. Because je vais
whatever.
is... That's the conjugated.
Alright, if I find out it's something close to what Nate said, he gets,
Je ne sais pas c'est poids.
Goods of weight.
It is a system of weights based on a pound, widely used in English-speaking
No.
countries.
So roughly
Oh,
roughly
wait.
770 pounds of coinage.
Jesus.
If it's all in gold coin.
Oh, Angela.
Say
Yeah,
that
because
again.
it's about 50 gold pieces is about 1 pound. But since I'm throwing platinum in there, let's call it just a 500 pounds even of coinage.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, 1 gold coin is 0.02 pounds.
So much
Alright.
fucking money.
Okay,
So that's-
Nimnam and Spaz get inspiration.
Ooh.
Woo.
Good job.
I am going to immediately forget that I have that.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
gonna
have
say
a
I
so-so.
have some inspiration.
I know, I
from
never
years
give it out.
ago.
I never give it out because we don't use it, and I feel like it's
No.
too favoritism-y.
I think I got the inspiration
Okay.
I think it was when when Pat DM'd a session. I got
Yeah.
one.
I mean,
And-
we could implement a rule where it's like every session everyone gets a one singular use it
Well,
or
that's
lose
like-
it inspiration,
That's
but
like Witcher policy at that point.
Well, that's
Yeah,
one of
it's
the
kinda
things I think
whatever.
we were debating doing there, but if we wanted to do the full Witcher style, we could all agree and vote on who should get it for the next one.
I'm
Not a
okay
bad
with
idea.
it just being a rare in between, like...
something less,
It's
one less
easier.
thing to keep track of, I guess.
Exactly.
All right, so yeah, call it 500 gold pounds. Gold. Hey, there you go, gold pounds. 500 pounds of gold, as well as a few items that catch your eye. You see 3, 4, 5. You see 6 items that thrum with magical ability. I have pictures of some of these. This is what I was doing
Right.
while I was
Yeah.
late. I had my friend whip up some AI images of them.
Did you
So-
use these cards?
You're welcome.
Man.
All right.
Let's say we just kind of bounce around
Where-
the same games over and over again.
All right. This is what. I'll do them all.
I kind of want to play a Fantasy Star game, but we've never really stuck around with those.
Three.
Now I'm curious of what depois actually means.
Oh yeah, we also shouldn't forget that we also have pockets, not just a bag of holding.
Yeah, and regular bags and stuff
No,
like
that's
that.
that's what Spaz is trying to fill up, but they're too heavy and they're pulling him down.
So these
These
in the
things have
resources,
down.
these are images of 4
Destroy.
of the items you find.
The holy fuck you hand grenade.
Yeah. You also find
Nice.
By the
something
way,
that looks-
voir de pois means having pea, like the vegetable peas. So
Oh, there you go. Maybe they weighed it with a P.
maybe.
Wow. That's just...
Who knows why the French call anything anything?
In addition,
Protect my wallet, I can't-
you find about a medium, like torso-sized, unassuming-looking cauldron
I don't know.
of cast iron, as well as a ring that has depictions of a ram head on it.
Oh, nice.
These all thrum with magical ability,
That's
and the way to determine what they do is by either spending a short rest to attune to them, or casting an identify spell.
Do I even have identity?
I like the super definitely real language on that staff picture.
It's lore accurate.
Barned Pasiki?
Yeah.
Your key join loft. It does sound like a language when you actually read it.
And actually, once it is revealed what it is actually really cool.
It's free.
I don't trust any language that has the word blutely in it, though.
I want
Yeah.
to say after a long rest I might be able to nab identify, but I do not have it right now. Could be wrong.
So,
Could be wrong.
so Tom, the 4 pictures that you had posted.
Yeah.
How accurate are they? Because I don't even know how to describe the top right one.
We talking
They're-
about
they're-
steampunk clock possible?
They're pretty accurate, actually. And I think, I mean, I don't know. I feel like identifying magic items is one of those things that's like kind of whatever, right? So we will say that I think it might have been a house rule back in the day too, where it's like you can spend an hour effectively attuning to it, where you learn its magical properties.
Something like that.
Alright.
But this is the horde.
If you don't want to use that house rule, I actually do have identity.
Well, that's why I brought it up, because I know wizards and artificers do have identify. Or we can just spend a short rest and one of you chooses each thing and you learn what it is.
Porque no los dos.
I mean, Pep would definitely take interest in the deer-looking thing.
I'll take a look at that staff wand looking thing.
The shinies!
And you are more than welcome to cast identify on any of those things.
I do
Immediately,
not
if you want to.
have that spell.
So while everyone's been talking,
It's
Justin's been kind of like in the corner, and he's got his smith tools out, and he's got some iron, and he's got some like plates, and he's been kind of tapping at Vicog, kind of fixing him up a little bit here and there. And as you guys are looking at all the magical items, he just goes, "If you want me to, I could identify it. Just let me finish fixing up my buddy here." He's just been kind of tinking along.
You
Yeah.
need assistance, or are you okay?
No, he's good. He's good. He'll be all right as rain in a couple minutes. But I can identify if you'd like.
buy
This is the
That-
thing.
that's not a
That's another thing.
problem.
Yep.
Yes, we would, very much. We have some items over here that none of us know what they are and have never seen before.
This one's shiny, that one's sparkly, that one's gearsy, and that one's flowery. Boom. Identified.
This one kind of looks like a penis.
Which one?
So as he finishes saying that, it kind of like flashes a little bit, and then Vicog just kind of pops up, and he's good now. The exact thing is after 1 minute, he gets all his hit points restored. So just
That's so cute.
Nice.
he's good to go. And then I'm going to go over and I'm going to cast Identify on the items that are listed. I'll use that as a first level spell with my 4 spell slots. And then second level on the other 2.
Alrighty, okay, even better. Alright, so you find the diamond encrusted middle finger necklace is called the Amulet of the Challenger. I'll put these in there too, but while attuned, you gain the Martial Adept feat. It is a feat that allows you to take some of the Fighter Battlemaster maneuvers, but it is predetermined that you take Goading Strike and Parry. Additionally, once per long rest, you can use the Compel Duel spell.
Ooh.
Effectively, it is a way to taunt.
Yep. Whole aggro.
Nice.
I will play more at some point.
The clockwork globe looking one. Justin, as soon as you finish identifying this one, it strikes you exactly what it is. And you know that you can use this
Get exoprimal.
once per day. You can peer into the realm of Mechanus for about a minute.
I guess that's
That little nubbin on the side is actually a lens that, after identifying, you immediately determine the
I don't know.
the actual mechanisms by which this work. It is a combination of magic and machinery, and you unravel its mysteries, and you know that by twisting this knob here and pulling this lever here and adjusting this dial here, you can get it to activate. And you know that as soon as you open it up, as soon as the lens opens up, there will be an audible ticking countdown that slowly closes the lens,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and about a 24-hour dial that will reset once it's used.
Currently.
As that identifies, just go, was here. Great. And then I move on.
Alrighty. The staff is known as the Staff of Stray Spell Slinging.
Ray spell what?
Slinging.
Slinging.
Fair enough.
It is a
Sounds
plus
like-
3 to your spell attack spells.
God
Oh, that's
damn.
Nice.
So any spell that has the clarification spell attack, whether it's ranged or melee, you get a plus 3 to hit. Additionally, it comes with 10 charges, regaining 2d4 every dawn. As an action, you can expend 1 or more charges to roll on the wild magic table,
There it
with
is.
with each charge equating to 1 roll. So if you want, you can blow all 10 in one go and just have utter chaos ensue.
Dude,
Now,
I
on
knew
the
that was
wild magic
magic
table,
shit.
That sounds fun.
some of the things are really good,
Right.
some of the things are really bad,
We would
some of the things are
never.
neutral, and
would
some
never
of the
Into a
things are
potted
just
plant,
funny.
for instance.
We would never do things like that.
But it's a D100 on that table, and I would roll it because of the chaos.
After
And but
the
also
fight
because you
with
have
the
a
bear,
D100.
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
up for some more wild magic. Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
We love wild magic.
Additionally, after identifying this and realizing kind of what it is. Well, actually, no. I'll wait. That would only happen if someone attunes to it.
Okay.
The helm. It doesn't immediately look like that. In the beginning, it just looks like this kind of almost kind of plasticky, ceramic,
That's fair.
inside leather coated type of half mask that's shaped to look like a deer that would like fit over the top of the head. But you know that once it's attuned, the vines with the leaves would sprout like dreadlocks. The antlers made out of wood would sprout. The runes on the middle would glow, and all the other bits would glow as well.
That's fair.
This is an item that's in the book. It is a staff of healing.
Wait, staff or helm?
It's a staff of healing, but it's a helm.
Okay.
Helm staff.
It's a helm staff. The item in the book is staff of healing, but
It's actually helm of healing.
it's actually a helm of healing, precisely.
Gotcha.
Essentially, this is another chargeable item where it has 10 charges, and you can cast spells based off of the table using a designated charge cost. And it has Cure Wounds, Lesser Restoration, and Mass Cure Wounds.
That is nice.
It has 10 charges. It regains 1d6 plus 4.
I'm sorry, the first thing
and
that
that-
comes to mind is, oh my god, I could finally stop using all of my spell slots.
Yeah. And that link should work for you guys.
It does.
Let me know if it doesn't.
No, it takes me to the.
Okay. We just have to. You guys would just have to make a D&D Beyond thing, and
It
then
works
do
for
it that
me.
way.
It works
Oh,
for me.
probably because I
but
have a no, because I'm not logged
I
in.
don't have a D&D Beyond account.
I'm not logged in, and I was still able to open it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How?
Or hold on, maybe this is just the.
Okay. Well, it didn't really
Like, just
exactly
table
work out,
content.
but I mean that's all the info there. Or here, hold on. Let me just do a little snippet.
I would
That's
have
really-
said the actual.
I feel like I did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's what the
actual
book.
picture.
Oh,
That's what the book
Jesus.
looks like. Yeah.
I like the helm a little better.
I like the
That
helm
guy's
a lot better.
scary.
Yeah. Way cooler, right?
Yeah. Oh fuck!
Oh fuck, dude.
That on a 1, this staff vanishes in a flash of light, lost forever.
Yeah.
If you spend the last charge.
If you spend the last charge.
Nice.
So you know.
Was
I'm
it
actually surprised the stray spell slinging doesn't have that.
still the same problem as always? Getting fucking mulched by fucking Koreans.
Probably should.
Lame.
Yeah.
I might add that.
Better without.
You can you say that now. All right, there it is. A little bit more precise for the helm of healing there. The ring with the ram on it is the Ring of Raucous Rays.
Jesus.
Alright, let's see what the Horizon Winter game. That's that
You say rays or
sci-fi
Rays,
horror-
Rays. The Ring of Raucous Rays.
Mm-hmm.
It's got-
I'm snipping what that is now.
Snip, snip.
Yeah.
Literally just this. It is another chargeable ring. This ring has 3 charges and regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. While wearing the ring, you can take a magic action to expend 1 to 3 charges to make a ranged spell attack against one creature you can see within 60 feet of yourself. The ring produces a spectral ram's head and makes an attack roll at a +7. On a hit, for each charge you spend, the target takes 2d10 force damage and is pushed 5 feet away from you.
Holy shit!
Damn, these are some nice fucking items.
Oh yeah, I'm a generous god.
Indeed he is. Praise be his name.
I mean,
And
it has a
finally-
dragon horn.
The pot of potent potables.
I think I
After finishing a
actually
long
know this
rest, you can use this pot to create a potion of greater healing. After 24 hours, the potion of the magic of the potion wears off.
That pretty obvious.
That is not an attuned item. That's kind of like a party item.
They literally say you're not this guy, the big bulky dude.
No.
Machine.
To sum it up, you have 38,500 gold, the staff of stray spell slinging, the ring of raucous rays, the pot of potent potables, the helm of healing, the clockwork sensor, and the amulet of the challenge.
Is that all? Jesus Christ, dude.
I couldn't come up with a
Amulet
good
has
alliteration. I couldn't come up with a good alliteration for the amulet of the challenger. I also
you
just
do your
thought the
best.
name was cool.
Same lines as GTFO. It's like, nope, we don't do horror games.
So yeah,
What?
Potables.
pot of potent
Yeah, I definitely
potables.
suggest keeping that around because that is
Wait.
awesome.
I'm confused with
Yeah.
that last part of the sentence, Tom. After
What?
24 hours, the magic potion wears off, but it's a
The
potion.
magic of the potion.
So
Oh, so if you don't use it, you lose it.
It becomes
and
inert.
you have to
Yeah.
pour it out to get it to refill.
Yeah. Basically, the pot magically creates a potion of healing every time you finish a long rest. It's just
something right.
you just can't double up on it. That's all.
You can't just infinitely make potions.
Exactly. Like as soon as you, it's
At
also kind of
max
implied, but
2 per day.
I mean, if you want to get technical about it, but the idea is that once it's a you get one per day. You can't add them up. That's all.
So to put this in RP language, Spaz is going to be so, like, gold blind that for the rest of whatever happens today, he just is going to stare off into his pockets. Meaning that I just got struck with a terrible headache and I need to mute. I'm still going to listen, though, so I'm still here.
Okay. Hope you feel better.
We'll say Spaz spends the rest of the session trying to do that coin trick, where he clips it between his fingers.
Yeah, it's
Because
perfect. Exactly. I
He
love
can't get
that.
it right away, so he spends the rest of the time just focusing on that.
As soon as finishes identifying everything, gonna grab the sensor and kind of step away, and I'm talking to Vicog excitedly about how he actually finally found it, and I'm gonna fiddle with it and open up that portal to peer into Mechanus. And you can see me like pulling out, some papers and bits and just scribbling things rapidly as I'm peering through this into the realm of Mechanus.
As the cover of the lens opens, is there anything you are specifically trying to look for, or are you simply just observing what you see?
For this first time, I'm just seeing what exactly it's doing and trying to note just every change that happens, whether there's any mana that's leaking out of the portal into our world, whether there's anything on the other side that I can see that might lend to credence to being able to get there or see something that's happening over there or how it's all working. So I'm just kind of writing down as many notes as I can.
So as you fiddle with the mechanism, essentially a cover of the lens opens up, and you're essentially peering through those quarter tourist binoculars type thing in this kind of drone camera almost. You are immediately struck by well, at first it appears that you're looking directly into the mechanism itself. You only can see gears and lengths of chain and a very meticulous, ordered movement, almost a ticking of it. And for a moment, like I said, you think that you're just looking at the inside workings of what this machine actually is. And then the viewpoint begins to pan out. And you can see that what you're actually looking at are incomprehensibly large gears, all interconnected. And just more and more and more of these gears and clockwork, lengths of chain, distance keepers. And the viewpoint begins to make a sweeping view of everything. And as it flies through this vastness, you can see that some of these gears are multi-layered in an uncountable mesh in 3 dimensions of all these gears moving together in time. And sometimes it sweeps through what appears to just be clouds, and you see one massive floating gear ticking against another in just a vast empty sky. And that's about all that you can see for this first time. The lens shuts, and you can hear the very faint ticking like a watch. And having identified it, that signals to you that you have to wait another 24 hours before you can peer into it again.
During all this, did I feel any sort of mana or magic leeching?
You were intriguingly overwhelmed at the design of it all. You felt comfortable. You felt calm, reassured. And after having peered through it, after the initial immensity of it kind of wears off, you realize that was almost a magical effect in itself. The way it kind of ordered your emotion. And that sensation begins to slowly fade. But you get the sense that it'll linger with you kind of throughout the day.
So he just kind of sits down and is still scribbling as that closes, and if anyone looked over, there's a whole bunch of like shorthand and just, symbols, and you may be able to make sense of some of them, but not others.
So what, are you like...
And the whole time he's whispering to Vicog just how amazing it was and how you need to see that again and see more and find out more information.
Kodlak kind of looks, he sees you enthralled by this thing, and he's like, so what, are you like a little watchmaker or something?
Just how orderly it was is amazing. Imagine if that was the entire world today. There wouldn't be fighting, there wouldn't be wars, there wouldn't be people starving in the streets. So ordered. Efficient. And then he just kind of like trails off and loses track of where Kodlak even was.
Kodlak continues the conversation, even though you're not addressing him. You're both kind of trailing off for your own reason. You're trailing off, enthralled by what you saw. Kodlak continues talking and eventually trails off after seeing that you're not listening. He's like, so what, like, is it like a bunch of numbers or something? There's no response, and he's, so, but, alright, what about that middle finger? anybody claiming any of these items?
I the stuff. The fuck.
Wait, what's the staff? Which one?
Wait. The stray spell staff slinging one.
Staff of spell stress slinging.
Spell slinging, yeah.
Ja.
Das ist gut.
Oh my god.
Unless anyone else wants, like, I don't know, Pep, maybe?
Well, I don't want that staff. You may have it. I could use it, but I feel like you definitely use magic more than I do. I'm kind of half and half between being in a form. I can't really cast in those if I haven't cast before.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah. I am thinking maybe we give the helmet to Theo. Just because if Pep's the only one healing, we might need a backup healer.
I would agree with that. Normally she does keep herself out of the fighting, or at least away a little bit further where it would help. Where I am not, she is. I do agree with this.
Theo? The helmet of healing?
Sure, that sounds like a good idea. It couldn't hurt to have more healing capacity on our
Also,
adventure
I'm
here.
not going to lie, and she just touches her horns for half a second. I feel like it may not fit.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I mean, magical items intrinsically, once you attune to them, fit you perfectly.
They just fit you perfectly, and double horns would look sick as fuck, do not get me wrong. Especially in, like, beast form, I can only imagine what that would look like. But,
yeah, that'd be sick.
We'll give Theodosia the shot on this one, see how she does.
Okay.
You can always swap them around later.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And just bear in mind, you can only attune to 3 items at a time.
And then there's
you
the
can
other
swap
problem.
them. You can swap them in and out during any, I think, short rest, but you can only be 3 at a time.
I currently have.
And every,
I love the story about the orc.
yeah, and everything here except the sensor and the pot are attuned.
I think that's it.
I think the moonsicle was something I had to attune to.
It's the moonsicle.
I picked that up from, oh gosh. That was when we were with the shifters, the werewolves and the animal shifters. I got that.
Oh.
I guess the question is whether or not Spaz or Codlac would like any of the more fighting-based things.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The middle finger sounds pretty cool.
I feel like it would go very well with your look, yes.
Goading someone to attack you, challenging him to a duel.
That does sound cool. Quite a
It's definitely something for either me or Spaz.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like you would be able to just get everybody
Really?
to fight you all the time, which I want to say you would probably enjoy quite a bit.
Oh, I would. No one's even gotten me close. And have we faced a real challenge yet? I mean, come on.
Oh, we came close, didn't we?
Yeah.
Spaz
you were
says
almost
they
gone.
need
Yeah,
to
out of my gold just to say I was almost eaten by a Cerberus. My brain got exploded by a mind flare.
Challenges.
almost, and you're here now, so. Also, like, you might have had a tough fucking go of it. Yeah, right, sure, your life's been tough. Right, shit, but, you know.
Never
I've
mind
been
how
chilling.
we were almost drowned the one time by that aboleth sea monster,
Scared of a little water.
or maybe shred to parts by werewolves. A lot of them, not just one or two. A lot of them.
But that would have been cool.
It's also fair.
So.
Oh, that's actually fair.
Now, good question.
Yeah.
On the ram ring.
Yeah.
It says you can expend 1 to 3 charges. So if you expend 3 all at once, you get 3 attacks at +7.
No, so it's 1 attack, it just amplifies the damage. So if you use 1 charge, it's 2d10 force damage if it hits.
Oh, if you use 3, it's 6d10?
That's right.
Damn!
Yeah.
Okay. And then
Yeah,
you get
that's
1d3
fair.
back
I
at
imagine
dawn.
they get-
Okay.
they
Yeah,
figured it out
which
pretty
is
fast.
basically like roll a d4, and then if it lands on
That
4,
ring
just
looks
re-roll it.
uncomfortable as hell.
Yeah.
And you can also
Um,
try to break a non-magical
I got
object,
new stuff today. I got a new.
and it makes the strength check with a
free
plus
revolver
5
that I
for
got
each
with
charge
the-
you spend.
So,
lever
who
gun I
wants
bought.
the ring of the ram?
Yeah.
Stars?
Picked that up today, and I got a
Uh,
shotgun. Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure about that one.
It's a pump action 12 gauge.
I
It's
think
a,
it might be
mod
good
from
for
Maverick.
Stars. Just because it's a good ranged attack for him, and he
So
can
they're
sneak
like
behind
$280.
someone and
They're-
push him off something.
Yeah.
This is a
They're
good
good.
point, and
Perhaps.
usually if
So I
I
ended up
need
having
to do
one.
something along those lines, I will just, again,
Then
take
I really
form
liked
and...
the gun store, and I was like, you know what? I haven't
Yeah.
really bought anything
Which I don't do
from
very
you guys.
often.
I mean, I bought
Being a
the-
giant boar is pretty fun, though.
I feel bad. just
So
going,
in
"Hey, I'm here
moments
to
like
pick up
that,
a
I
free
feel
gun
like maybe
piece."
it would come in handy, but situational.
And I was like,
If
know what,
Spaz
I got-
believes
I
he
got
can
some
use it
money
more.
left over 'cause they cut me a check for all the lunches that they didn't pay me for.
That says okay, and then gifts.
So yeah, since I started working up until like
Alright.
a
Alright,
month ago,
cool.
every
do
the
one
two
of
seconds.
my,
And then I guess,
shifts
Pep, you get the
had 30
potent
minutes chopped
potable.
off of it 'cause they were able,
Oh, I'm
take-
sure.
take-
The
take-
amount of times I've forgotten I have potions in the first place.
I know, we all
Dude, I know.
Well,
It's
this
a
is
good
our
thing they
fleeting
don't. Well,
potion
hopefully they don't
that
go
we
back.
forget.
Yeah.
And be like, oh wait, we got one.
Yeah, and like I said, the pot is like it's like a party. It's like a camp item. It doesn't require attunement. It just kind of works. It just
I'll
works.
happily carry that.
Potion.
Well,
Yeah,
actually,
they're
you know
gonna
what?
die, and yeah.
Yes, I was
So you're
about
like,
to
oh wait, I had a
say,
thing.
Maybe. I don't mind carrying it and distributing it as needed, since half the time I'm doing so anyway. Do we want to give it to somebody who might use it more often, though?
Are you implying one of us dies a lot?
They owed me some
I'm
money.
implying some of us get hurt a lot easier than others.
Oh, it just creates a potion. You can give that potion to anyone.
I know, but that's a whole ass action to do so, bud,
okay.
and movement to
No, I
get
mean,
to
like-
them first.
I mean, like once you create. So, all right. So what happens is, every time you finish a long rest, essentially, like as you're having breakfast or whatever,
My take
the
on
the cauldron bubbles up and creates enough liquid for a greater healing potion, and you can just scoop that up, and anyone can use that potion throughout the day. It's just 24
Okay,
hours
so this is
later,
a
or
bag of
whenever.
holding.
Yeah, so like it's a camp item, so it's something that the party just has, just
Okay.
there. So basically, every time you finish a long rest, any one of you can add one greater healing potion to your inventory. It just goes away the next time you rest, or 24 hours later.
Get you to come to the gun store and see if you
Got
can
it.
actually pick something
So you can literally just put potent potable in your inventory to differentiate it. And in parentheses, greater healing potion, which is 4d4 plus 4.
I don't even have a point.
So, Justin, we all got really cool items. Are you happy with your little globe?
He still doesn't even hear that. He's just scribbling down
So
excitedly.
enamored.
He's paying no attention to anything else and showing no interest in anything else.
Alright, so we'll leave him in here then.
I think he has what he came for. I don't know if he wants anything else in occurrence for helping us, maybe.
Yeah, like, do you want some of the gold? I mean, you helped kill the dragon after all.
He kind of looks up and goes, "What?"
The gold? You know, these giant piles of gold. You want some?
Do you understand that this staff is worth more than all the gold here?
Alright, gold's for us then. He's got a little staff with a globe on it. The gold's out.
So, out of curiosity, with this staff that you are so enamored with, what exactly is it?
Okay.
What does it do?
I'll put it right next to the red barrel that's in there.
It allows you to peer into the realm of Mechanist.
Which is?
So
Make a religion check, actually.
I was gonna say out of character, would they know? Because it's a plane.
Yeah. I would say, ooh, you know what? Not. I'll say either religion, arcane, or history.
I would like to do history on that one. Can I re-roll, or should I stick with the roll that I got?
I'll
stick with the roll that I got. It's a 13.
You can stick it. Okay,
Thank
13.
God for my history.
I'm gonna ask about too at some point.
You've heard it mentioned before. You're not familiar with it, but you know that it is another plane of existence.
Anybody's gonna have a problem.
And it has to do with, you know, a lot of like, kind of like clockworky stuff, and you know that it's all about order. That's pretty much it.
She really didn't have much to do in the original anymore.
So does anyone want a more detailed explanation?
I mean, what is so fascinating about seeing into this other realm?
Still white.
Is there something you wish to gain there?
This world's magic has been draining throughout all this time. That's why there's all the magic itself is sort of dying out, from my understanding.
The veins, yes, we've heard of them.
So, my goal is to figure out a way to start bringing the magic back into this world. And the best way to do that is to bring it back to the natural order. And the best way to do that is a plane of Mechanist, where everything is law and order. Light, dark, heat, cold, elements, everything has its place, and everything is in its place. Always. Imagine a world like that, and having that be part of our world. This sensor allows me to look in there and see how that works, and see if there's something blocking the leeching of magic that should be coming from there. And then we can find it.
I was gonna invite you, Mike, Bender.
Okay, so
and
out of curiosity,
and Ken and stuff to go to the range.
if you find it, and it happens to be, let's say, a living creature, what do you do?
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, we kill him.
You wanted
Are we
to do
sure
the
death is the way to go about it?
correctional officer thing and that.
It
I don't know.
depends.
That's just
kinda
my
knew
first
that wasn't
thought.
gonna happen 'cause,
Depends. What kind of creature is it? Is it something that we need to talk to? Is it something that we can bargain with? Do we have to kill it? Is it mindless? Is it sapping everything and will cause the eventual heat destruction of the world? Who knows?
I feel like if that
We
was the
can't make
case,
decisions without having the knowledge. We need to find that knowledge. And this helps.
okay.
This helps so much.
Well, if there's any way we can help while we're still traveling together, if you still want to travel with us, understandable. If you don't, this is kind of a shit show. But
Yeah, what is your little,
well, then happy to
what
help,
is your
I
little,
guess.
yeah, what's your little ball tell you about necromancy stuff?
Nothing about necromancy?
Alright, well, do you
The
want to
realm of
learn about
Mechanist.
necromancy?
It has its place, but I have no interest in it, explicitly.
You know, they always say the best way to learn is by doing. So do you want to do a necromancer?
No, I'm an artificer. I don't deal with life and bringing it back.
Phrasing.
The verb is incorrect.
Do a necromancy.
Am I the only one that wants to do a necromancer? I thought that's what we were fucking here for.
Darling, I think your idea of what do a necromancer means might be the problem.
No, you know what? It's like when someone comes up to you and they're like, "Oh, give me all your money," and you're like, "All right, do one," and then you kill him, and then you take the things that he was trying to take from you. You know, go on, do one. Do a necromancer. Kill him. Off him. End him.
Okay, that makes more sense. I'm sorry. Initially, your phrasing sounds like you want to fuck a necromancer.
Oh, I mean, I would. Are they hot? Are they like sexual?
If they're like Zephyrus, maybe not.
Are they still warm?
No.
I'm not touching him to find out. You may feel no. Tell me about
Alright,
it
well
later.
then-
I don't want to
If
know.
this room is any indication, probably not.
Oh shit.
In that case, it's a case by case.
And if she's a... Okay, wait. First, male or female?
I mean,
Yes.
my first question still asks, are they hot?
More important
Damn it.
question. More
I
important
mean,
question.
I don't want to say Andros has rubbed me off or anything, but, you know.
No. I think
Learning new
the more
things today.
important question here is before or after you kill them.
Oh, that's a good question, Nimna. Again, case by case. Maybe. Wait, but aren't they like, already dead anyway? So what's difference does it make?
Well, technically they are and they aren't dead. They were dead, but now they're technically alive. I'm still confused on it though.
They're
Right,
alive.
so-
They raise the dead. They aren't dead themselves unless.
Hey, if they're a good enough necromancer, that's not the only thing they're raising. Am I right, Space? Penis. It's my penis.
Oh
These
no!
nuts. Got him!
Not to say that my penis is dead. It is by no means dead. I just want to make that very clear. Very clear. Very much alive.
Abundantly.
Oh god.
So, anyway, Justice, do you want to do a necromancer?
I keep tagging him, but oh shit, run!
Case by case basis.
Alright, see? He's in. Alright, great. So, listen, let me give you the rundown. There's this old guy, right? He blew up or something. The city went with him. He's bad, okay? Not good. Bad means like not good, right? He's like evil, I'm gonna... I don't know what he wants to do, frankly. I just know that
Darling, he wants to take over the entire world and make everyone undead and possibly his slaves.
I thought that's what Zephyrus wants to do. And we're helping him.
Okay. One, Panoptes actually wants to kill everybody in the world. Zephyrus doesn't want to kill everyone in the world if he doesn't have to. Not that I like it, I don't. But I don't like our situation.
The options are bad or worse at this point. I don't
Right.
think there's
Body's still
good
down
one.
right over there.
Yeah. And also, I'm pretty sure Panoptes wants to literally drain the entire world of all of its magic for his own, whereas Zephyrus just wants to use some of the powered-up things to defend the world, which is the only thing that honestly makes me feel like this might be an okay thing to be doing.
Oh, I think it's just.
Well, we haven't fucked any of them yet. Yet.
Alright, go ahead.
So on that note, I'm starting to have a real
Here's
thought.
ammo box down.
He said that, well, he claims that Ragnar, like the Triumvirate and
Alright.
Panoptes are all tied together. He can't, none of them can die because they're all tied together.
Man.
If he wants Panoptes' soul,
Alright,
does that
let's
mean
go.
he wants everybody else's soul too? Ultimately, I mean, they're all connected.
So, that would be the question of what that connection would actually mean,
It's still
because
there.
as far as I can tell,
I think that was his buddy.
It's
that
a
he had
lot,
that we downed
but-
over there.
if he just takes Panoptes' soul, since Panoptes is not technically dead, he's in a state of undeath in the Shadowfell. If he takes him straight from there and puts him in an item, okay, cool. Technically, he's still alive, so is the soul. Maybe. But, what would that do to the other three? I have no idea.
Hit me with that. That's pretty close.
There's a chance that they might wind up in the item with him, or maybe
forgot how
they'll
much I
just
like
be fine.
Crag.
Because they're tied together, but they're not stuck. Magic
I
is
just feel
confusing.
dirty using the damn thing now.
Also, it's starting to sound very like there's no winning because there's things are tied to other things, and if I'm afraid it's gonna be like dominoes where we take one
lame.
thing and it causes a cascade of subsequent actions that are consequences we didn't foresee happening.
Here's the shitty part. If we kill Panoptes like we initially thought we were going to do, the three of them die.
Yeah, that much is abundantly clear.
supposedly. I still want answers, and I am more than happy to go ask a king who still lives on this plane and the mage woman precisely if this is actually the truth, and we'll see what happens, because they can also answer that question without us going for Ragnar. Not that I don't want to save him, I do. But if we want answers now, and possible other truths, routes and options.
Well, starting to sound like maybe teleporting back to Blackstone is a better idea on two fronts. One, we can either find a boat with Andros, or we can, on the other hand, get some answers from Elder Krug and the King.
It is a start, and at least we can get our bearings again, and somewhere that is familiar, and then go from there.
Mm-hmm.
This is also assuming that they are willing to talk about it, or will tell the truth. Which
we can just beat it out of them.
It
Not
might
that,
be
but
rough,
I mean,
but you know what? I'm almost willing to do so.
They know they're in the shit, and we're in it with them, so I would think that would make us at least worth telling important stuff to at this point, because we're all in the same boat that's going through a shit of a storm right now.
The only problem... Okay, so... being completely honest here, Ragnar told me back when we started seeing each other everything about Blackstone, except for what Zifris told me just now.
I do not have 9 points, I got it.
Elder Krug and the King seem even more so secretive to not want to talk about these kind of things. They've literally been hiding them for over 1,000 years, so I feel like they might not want to talk about it, except for that we already know so the cat's out of the bag, and maybe they'll want to tell us the truth.
I mean, do you think that Zifris is actually telling the truth and that they're all doing it if they did something bad to be this way? I mean, how much do we really put that much stock in what he says about that?
I'll take.
The only problem, the only thing that makes me have even the shadow of a doubt in that moment is that he was literally there and lived it. As did they.
I'm gonna get crack shot.
Yeah.
Well, it's a legendary hunter.
We're missing pieces, that's for sure, and some things don't really add up as it is right now with who we know.
Alright, now I'll get the XP.
To which, going into the past and possibly finding all of these
Who comes and clears the fucking
ruins and ancient places, there is a chance that there will be some form of a record of something to do about it as well.
Alright, well, we're the last ones on the map.
Well, I guess, short of anything else, can we start making the tracks to Blackstone then?
Last bounty on the map.
Vote for Blackstone?
I vote for
Works
it.
for me.
That's right.
Baz says yes. Alright, Nim Nam. Take us there.
That shoots fire bullets quietly.
What are we doing about the gold real quick? Or did we determine that we can actually carry all of it?
Yeah.
So it's 500 pounds. So
We can carry it all.
Okay.
yeah, based off of the bags of holdings, plural, that you have, plus pockets and sacks and stuff like that. Presumably you'll be able to carry it.
And it's just jingle, jingle, jingle going down.
You guys are like Santa's sack just to carry
I sure
it.
as hell am gonna load a crate with incendiary weapons. That's a waste of bullets on freaking.
So,
Alright,
we
so-
have everything. Well, I'm gonna attune to the staff.
Yeah, and since it was a short rest too, you can have used any of your hit die attuned to whatever you wanted to do. If you guys want to go into the... so you attune to the staff. Sorry, go ahead. I'm just saying, does anyone have a hard out?
Yeah.
Or do you guys... Are we cool going another 20, 30?
I was about to say, I'm not used to
I could do
messing with
another
that thing
half
at all.
an hour-ish.
Okay.
We're good for another 3 hours.
Stop it.
Fair. You know what? Actually, if we want to go that hard, I will definitely go into work. Sleep deprived. I have done it for most of the week. Let's fucking go.
I don't think Scoot wants to being sick, so.
Yeah, really.
No, but
There it is.
I do have if we're cool going another 30, I would like to.
Okay.
Okay, I'm down.
Sure.
And
So we did that. So go back to the Blackstone.
One match, I got a third of the crag damage done, and
so you got multiple options. You can
done.
venture your way. You can backtrack to Arcadia, which will be, I think, from this point about a 3-day trip, because that is where you use the teleportation circle. Additionally, Nimnam, you could try to do it. For expedience's sake, however you guys decide to do it, it is your call. But we can kind of, sort of not skip over it, but speedrun it.
I'm gonna test out my teleport.
All right.
Everybody hold on to your butts.
Oh shit!
Alright.
So let me just double check the spell stuff. See what happens there.
So, as you guys, talk about going back, Justin's gonna finish scribbling and kind of stand up and kind of walk over and go. So, you helped me find the sensor, and this has been my goal for years. I'd like to see where you guys go next. Do you mind if I come too?
You ever been to Blackstone?
Well, yes, I followed you.
You know, I
Well, then
honestly
you'll love
forgot
it.
that you had followed us from that far. Yeah, no, you'll have a lot of fun. But, anybody else want to vote in on this? I'm okay with you continuing with us.
Like I said, listen, mate. This is a very serious question. Do you want to do a necromancer? Or two, potentially.
No. The more important question is, how do you feel about sausages for breakfast?
That's also a very
For a
important
lot
question.
of your meals.
Are you vegetarian? Speak now or hold your peace.
Sincerely.
I
You
also
will
have a
not
third
survive.
Vegetarianism is not efficient.
How do you like fist fights?
And that. Oh, we need to
Vicog
go to the
likes
pits
fist
at some
fights.
point.
And another very good. And another question. And Kodlak actually, his face kind of sterns uncharacteristically. You only see this when he's in a rage, and he puts his big, calloused, muscular hand on your shoulder, and he looks you dead in the eyes, Justin, and he says,
Mouthless melody.
"The path we're going down. I don't know about the rest of the crew, but you need to know that I am very willing, and I am looking to earn my death. Can you say the same?"
I don't intend to
It's a
die
habit, man. It's a bad habit that
until I've reached Mechanus. After that, if that's the natural order, then that's the natural order.
He kind of like raises his chin. If you were, we've all been in some really fucked up situations. Some of us have died, and they've all been earned. Will you earn your death? Whether it's now or later, doing the necromancer, or in Mechanus. Will you earn it?
Of course. Is that even a question?
Just so you know, we will revive you.
Attempt to revive you sometimes it gets a little messy. But body parts will most likely be put back on.
We shall see.
We try.
I'd like listening to them, still staring directly at you, Justin. One hand on you. You can see Steven, his bare head that is fused with his skin. Without breaking eye contact with you, he reaches down with his other hand. He pulls out one of his hand axes. And he just kind of presses it with pressure, but not enough to draw blood against your neck. And he says, "Will you earn it?"
Now, what you do is, you do that, and then you go on the
Of
same
course.
website
As I said, that's
and,
not even
and
a
buy
question.
the cylinder that takes cartridges and have that shipped to your door. So now you have a functioning cartridge.
Very quickly, in one fell swoop, he takes the axe, cuts his lip, spits the blood in your face, and then Sparta kicks you in the chest. And he's like, alright, he's coming with.
And welcome to Death Rainbow.
Yep.
And I am wearing half plate, by the way, so
Also,
kinda
it's a
clangs.
nice.
clangs a lot.
Actually, make a dexterity saving throw while you're at it.
Sec. Yeah. That's a 12.
12. He kicks you in the chest, and you stumble a little bit. You kind of gotta... It's not graceful, per se, but you retain your balance, and then you right yourself. Alright, Nim Nam. Get this man a sausage, take him to Blackstone.
Very well. We have everything accounted for?
Believe so.
No. Okay. Since I
I pick up one last lingering gold coin and shove it in my cheek because my pouches are literally too full to hold anymore.
Which cheek?
Top left.
Top left.
Wait, whoa! You're not putting it in the prison pocket, are you?
prison gold.
Oh my god.
Oh wow, that still does a fuckload of damage to it.
I'm not drawing that as a comic. That is off the fucking table.
You don't have to draw it. It just has to be out of frame. You just see his hands just like shift awkwardly, like, okay, ready to go.
You see him reach back. You're like,
just does one of the like the tugs on the pants.
but it's for emergencies.
It will be an emergency when that comes out.
Anyway.
Okay, so since I am teleporting back to Blackstone, right? So
Yes.
it'd be
So-
very familiar.
Yes.
All right.
So you can choose any kind of like specific point per se. Given like where you're trying to go, I mean, if it's some random house in Blackstone, it's different than trying to go to like Snoring Fjord or there.
Outside the Snoring Fjord, yeah.
Okay, you could also, since you traveled via teleportation circle in the Arcanum, we'll say that you would have kind of committed it to memory. So without any chance of failure, you could go to the circle, or you could go like
Oh yeah.
directly to Krug's room, or like directly to the King's Hall, or based off of like you can kind of narrow it down.
Back of that back room of that tailor shop that we came in from the.
Yeah,
We could make
exactly.
this very awkward.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Exactly.
Let's go to the teleportation circle just because I don't want to randomly have a mishap and end up.
You mean catch Elder Krug naked in her room?
I did not ask.
Oh no, that's an option.
Then we all might want to. Okay.
Alright, so you're gonna choose the teleportation circle.
Yeah, let's go there.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
there
see?
are what, I can't count. 6 of us. 1, 2,
Yep.
3, 4, 5,
Yep.
6.
Yeah, there's 6.
That's what I said.
Seven?
I'm gonna keep that
Icon?
forever.
I don't know.
He is a creature, and technically Ivy, so that's 8 actually.
Yeah, actually.
Yes, das is meat.
Like, what's the most ridiculous thing you can think of? Putting hot
Ox.
rod flames on a 22.
Okay, I'm gonna
Maybe
teleport
the flames
us.
will scare 'em.
Alrighty. So Nim Nam tells you all to gather around, focus up. He casts his spell, and you've traveled teleportationally before. It takes on a different experience almost every time. Sometimes you're whizzed across the sky, other times you're magically appear there. This time,
Yeah.
it's a little slower, and you almost are envisioning yourself especially since it's the first time that Nimnem is casting this particular spell. It's almost like you're at like a hypersonic version of yourself coasting through from where you are to the teleportation circle. And it's kind of wobbly, and you swear you can see, the mountains and the terrain zipping by.
I've seen those heritage
and as you're zipping by, everyone make a perception check.
All kinds of different grips on them. But I
Oh
never
boy.
saw the hot rod flames.
No. You know what? Roll your die.
24.
Please.
Yep, we've
24.
got
Perception.
Still on 11. Dang.
11.
16.
pretty far out.
24.
11.
11.
This dice needs to go away for the night.
Nimnem, what'd you get? What did you say?
Oh,
Got your dice,
24.
Jill?
24. Okay. So yeah, so Spaz and Nimnem would see, because you guys both got
There's a
24. Did I hear
topical
that
idea.
correctly?
No, we both got it.
That's really cool. So you both would see this. So it was literally just for a fleeting split second, but because you guys rolled so high, you actually do see this zipping through. You're whizzing past the terrain, and you can see the battlefield. Again, for less than a second, you can see the battlefield that you first met Urzatan scrounging through. That battle between Arcadia and the Exaltian Empires, or mainly it was the Felucian army, but they got decimated because there was the whole thing. And you can see Pyrrhanax plop down, and for a very brief moment, you see Zephrys in the middle of the battlefield amongst hundreds of corpses. He takes his sword and he throws it into the ground, and a rippling wave of blue fire and energy ripples out with a white outline. And after another split second, you can begin to see one by one those fallen soldiers' eyes and that ablaze begin to crunch and crack back to life. And in another split second, you're in the basement of the Librum Arcanum. And you are greeted by Kilstivius, a bald-headed scholar whose voice I've completely forgotten. It is, oh! Well,
The other one's right over here.
when I saw the circle was igniting, I wasn't expecting it to be you lot, but... Well, you're a sight for sore eyes. I'm glad you're here, actually. There's a little bit of a situation at the docks, but I'll let you get over your teleportation sickness. But, just keep it in the back of your minds. And you guys make your way through the Librum Arcanum. You're in the city of Blackstone. What is your destination?
Shopping. I'm gonna look for any.
Don't you guys want answers?
Oh,
Do answers, but I think maybe we need to have a thought
I
about
need
what how we're gonna
end
ask about
the
it.
goal.
Because I'm pretty sure we just roll up to Elder Krug or the king and say, hey, we've been talking to one of the people who was allegedly up until now we've assumed is always going to be our enemy, and we're somewhat helping him. I don't think that's probably going to go over very well.
Hey DM, exactly where is the teleportation circle again? Just
It is in the
my
basement of the Librum Arcanum.
And Elder Krug is a couple floors up, right?
Yeah.
Typically.
Perfect.
Yep, I mean, direct line.
And I feel like she might be a great start. Do we want to pull them together, or do we want to talk to them separate? I feel like if we asked them to meet, they would. Just saying.
It probably would, but the king strikes me as a dude that maybe we should win over one.
Nice shot.
Help make sure that he doesn't just decide to behead us on the spot.
Well, I think you got them both. You did.
Because he seems like the most stubborn of the bunch. We don't have Ragnar to help us smooth it over. We only have Elder Krug, so.
You didn't immediately headshot him.
Fair, so we grab them both then.
You should be fine.
Yeah. Unless we want to, like, talk to Krug first and
See, there you go.
try to have her somewhat in our corner before we talk to the king.
Depends on whether or not we feel like a surprise is a better idea, or if we want to be actually honest from the beginning.
And they have the same freaking ammo box that I do.
Seeing as the city's on high alert, a surprise is probably not welcome.
I'm pretty sure as long as we told them we're here, they might want to tell us about that as well, so that'll be... Hooray.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you, like, go about asking someone... I'm gonna take a quick look around just to make sure Elder Krug hasn't decided to just, like, pop up in her tower.
Two of my clean sweeps.
To check us, check, because, I mean... We just showed up in her tower, but just checking. She's not just walked into the room, right?
It's one tough Sammy.
No, you guys are still in the basement if you want. Out of earshot of Kilstivius if you want. Maybe walking down the corridors.
Oh,
you have your privacy,
oh,
you know, assumedly. Like, should you want it, I mean.
I mean, because... How are...
Another one?
Are we supposed to bring up that the heroes might not be as heroic as originally thought?
Yeah, I mean, how abrasive do you want to be about this? Are we just going to go in more easy, more diplomatic?
You guys leave it all up to me. I'll do all the talking. It'll be great. It'll be fine.
I know, usually we do let you just go for a nice ramble, but I think maybe this is not the time. Hey. But, I mean, Pep, I mean, how aggressive do you want to go into this? And does have to deal with somebody that...
Yeah, it was 3, yeah.
You put your trust in innately. How much do you want to grill them?
They still lead Blackstone. They do look out for its best interests in the present moment, so I am inclined to be kind during the conversation. But I am probably going to keep things very blunt because we don't have a lot of time, and we need to keep things moving.
Do we tell them where we got the idea from, or do we just say that we heard this and we want to see what truth there is to it and just leave the source out of it?
If we don't tell them, there's a shot that they might figure that out by themselves, just because of who would be able to tell us that in the first place. Not many people who are around. If we tell them that we found the information that proclaims them as being what they are, let's be honest, not everyone is perfect, nor perfectly good. In this case, it would be, what? Hey, we think you destroyed or allowed Panoptes to destroy everyone of Blackstone that you used to know and love. To save yourselves, I think I might skip that part and just ask if they are actually tied to Panoptes, as we think we might have found. Or maybe we should just ask them what they believe their longevity comes from, and see what answer they give us first. But I promise, I may not be nice depending on their answer.
Well, I mean, I think we're past niceties at this point. Either they tell us the truth or we get a whole bunch of bullshit and we're gonna figure it out.
Well,
okay, so there's the better question then. If they do decide to try to give us bullshit and not tell us the truth, or if we think they might be lying and give us an entirely different story, do you want me to keep my mouth shut?
Considering we're in their city, maybe we shouldn't just outright accuse them, or at least call them out for lying to us, and maybe just continue on and plan an idea outside of their jurisdiction. Especially because if the king thinks it's that pulls that on us, we're liable to lose our heads.
I believe it.
Fair.
So,
Yep.
I say we'll probe and see what comes up, and if it's bad, we take that into consideration, follow our plan, and get the heck out of here.
Okay. So, do we split the party to go grab the 2 people, or do we send some messages?
I think we maybe want to send messages. Call me a little paranoid, but I'm a little against us all being apart from each other after the kind of experience we've just had.
Understandable. Plus, that has kind of gotten us in trouble a few times.
Yeah.
Just a tad.
Say play it safe.
Okay, so people who can send messages, not being me.
No, Nam, I think aren't you one of the ones that can send messages?
Sending.
Oh, where do we want to meet them at the tavern? Maybe in more neutral ground. I would so much like a drink at this moment.
Yeah. It would make it a little more less intense. So yeah. I'd say let's do it. That way, instead of going to the royal throne room or
Yeah, that might be a little awkward.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if the king might want that in the first place. But you know what, let's just send out the messages and figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you want me to send a message through sending to the Elder Krug and the king to meet us in the Snoring Fjord and what? An hour?
I feel like that's a
just
good amount of
evening?
time. I'm good.
What time of day is it?
It. So you did that. You did that. It's like late afternoon.
Oh wait, we can't even tell, right? Because it's perpetual daylight here.
I was about to say, has the darkness lifted?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so you started them day off, sleeping in the goblin camp, and then you did all the stuff inside, Zephyrus with the dragon, and then you come here, and now it's perpetual daylight.
Wow, we're just squinting like, ah.
Yeah, it's a shift walking outside.
Oof.
Ah, fuck!
Invest in ye olde sunglasses.
Yeah, yeah, you go from cave darkness to
My
I
eyes.
feel like magical brightness might work on that one, depending on the teleportation, as well as it's just like, oh god!
Yeah.
Hence why some of us were so bad in the perception checks.
He's like, nope.
Ugh.
So, sendings to the king and Krug to meet you at the fjord.
Yep.
Okay. Next session, we can kind of roleplay what you did in the meantime. However, for now, we'll say that you guys make your way to the fjord. Make the proper introductions, I guess, in some cases, and greetings and whatnot. An hour later, Krug shows up, as well as King Stalgrim Firebane, with a few of his royal guard. You guys greet, sit down, have a pint, and the king is kind of very like
I should have gone through.
man spreading, and Krug is very, upright and dapper, and he can go, so. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a situation at the docks. We'll talk about that another time, but what is it that brings us down here for a pint? Not that I'm complaining.
Oh,
Yep.
lame.
Do you want to?
Sure.
Yeah.
For one, it is good to see familiar faces again when we take a break. It's
Aye.
been quite an adventure so far. But we found some information that we wanted
I shouldn't have engaged in
confirmation
any of
on, I guess.
Sure.
At least possibly answers. How did your longevity come about? I do know the story, but do you know where it comes from?
You can see Stalgrim and Krug shoot each other a quick glance, but
Always.
he brushes it off. Well, I don't really know. Yet, you know the history of Blackstone, the real history. I wish I had more answers for you, but I don't. You notice Krug kind of just staring into her cup, taking a sip, staying quiet.
We haven't been doing terrible, so I'll leave that up to you.
I'm sitting back and I'm observing. Can I roll an insight check to see if the king is fibbing or genuinely being
Sure.
straight with us?
Yeah.
Pep would think by body language somebody's not telling me the truth.
Don't look like that, because that was shit. That's better. Okay.
Nah, I just thought the
Insight. 15.
15. And you're specifically looking at Krug?
Getting rid of that.
Or both of them?
I'm checking out both of them.
Okay, both of them. Well, I mean, you know Krug to be a little terse,
Yeah.
calculated with her words. She seems a little bit more uptight than usual, but given all the circumstances, maybe not out of the ordinary. The king you've had less experience with.
Yeah, I forgot
The shooting glance seemed a little bit out of the ordinary. You get the sense that it might not be the whole truth, but you're not 100% sure.
Alright.
No, we're gonna do this way.
So that it would be a surprise to hear that there's possibilities of it being you tied to Panoptes himself.
He's mid-drink, and you stop him in his track, and he's just staring forward. Krug even kind of like is taken aback a little bit.
Oh, that muzzle velocity is butt. Oh my
And the
God.
king very quietly, very slowly lowers his drink. He wipes his crimson red beard.
I'll still try it. Why not?
He looks over to his guard
Is that?
and just quietly says, "Clear the place out." And the guard do so. The two kind of infernal guard, as he calls them. They're decked out in plate red, lined in Blackstone. They kind of nonchalantly usher everybody out. The last person goes out, and he gives them a nod. They bring down the barricade of the door on the inside.
Well, you did
And in an outburst,
all the ones you had landed
to you,
on.
Pep, he says, "You hold your tongue when speaking of matters you do not fully understand."
This wasn't frustrating enough for you, huh?
If I do not understand them, then how can I deal with them?
That is fair.
You have no idea the weight of those choices. They were not made lightly.
Then the important thing that I definitely need to know
How's it going, Mike?
right now, are you actually tied to Panoptes or
Yeah,
not?
much another day.
If we kill him, do you die with him?
He looks at Krug. She speaks up. She just goes, kind of meekly, "Yes."
Nice.
The answer is yes. The king, myself, and Ragnar.
Why didn't you tell us?
They look at each other again. Their anger kind of subsiding at this point.
That's fair.
The saying goes, you only stop learning when you're dead. I think I have
Again,
learned enough.
My argument will forever be this: I suck with everything unlocked. Taking away
And the
options
king
isn't gonna make me better.
posing himself.
That's fair.
We had
Yeah, fair enough.
rebuild Blackstone from the ashes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that last match, that was the roughest I've ever seen as far as you and accuracy with the crossbow. Usually you're a dead shot.
I think it can stand on its own now.
The way Ragnar and I have talked before, he has sounded ready to meet his family again. But it would have been nice to know the truth. To know that if we did actually manage to prevail in what you wanted us to, it would be the death of all three of you. Possibly in front of our own faces.
Or worse, behind them.
They share a glance.
Oh, that.
It-
Yeah.
It was Ragnar's decision to keep it a secret.
Yeah. It's like trying to make a shot with the.
We also thought
dead eye.
at that point you might not want to go through with it if it meant our demises.
No, it's just the drop off. It's like, hey, if you're not within compound, you're just gonna drop at their feet.
Is this just gonna come off as grim and
I used to enjoy that game
I don't know,
just because it was
bad
It was
is the
just
only way I
fun
can
to
think of it.
screw
But
around with.
just hypothetically speaking, if you three die, does that mean Panopetes dies? Not stats we're considering it. It's
So we
just
don't want people using long
curiosity.
arrows so much.
Is
So
this
fucking
one-sided
make
or
some
any one of
units
you
and
in the
compact
link?
ammo fucking
Yeah.
compete a little bit, guys.
I
Don't-
think we already know the
don't
answer to
fucking
that.
nerf
If
everything
that
into
was
the
the
dirt.
case, then all three of them would have to die. If that's the case in the first place, Ragnar has died in front of us once before, and nothing to Panoptes happened, only his soul being trapped with him. But
If it worked like that, and you can see him kind of staring in the table into his cup. If it worked like that, we would have done it centuries ago. And we know this because there weren't always three of us. We were four. We were four. My brother Angus, he volunteered. I wish I could say he's smithing the great forge with Muradin right now. But Panoptes had a hole on his soul.
Oh, you have that problem.
On all our souls.
I don't know. I think sometimes that certain compounds have some kind of memory leak or something on them.
We initially thought that,
There are certain compounds every now and again when I enter.
but we didn't know why we survived.
My freaking frame rate so bad that I can barely play.
But apparently being linked to Panoptes.
No.
We thought that once we aged away, so would he. But he's been feeding on souls, keeping him and us alive.
I am... 1. Sorry that I did that so roughly. 2. I imagine you knew your brother might have been stuck with Panoptes this whole time, but I am sorry to have to bring some of that to bear. But I sincerely do wish you had given us at least the shadow of a doubt to do this on our own. But I get where your worries came from. And Ragnar's.
I am glad that you can see it. And Spaz, it...
Oh, don't die, Jesus.
We thought it best that you guys might not know, like I said. At first, we thought you were just a group of adventurers, mercenaries looking for coin. But that stupid fucking book!
Yep.
And your relationship with Ragnar.
Ah, you shit.
How could we?
So we got here.
How could we expect you to walk in, face down an evil, knowing that it would be the end of everything?
Ooh, register.
We all make sacrifices. The choices that the four of us made in those moments so long ago, believe me, they were not made on a whim. The way we saw it, we would have let our city choke on the putrid flesh of their own kin in an endless war against the undead.
But why?
And maybe we could have fought harder. But to what end? Piling the corpses of our own high enough to reach Panoptes, kill him, and leave those remaining leaderless amongst the ashes.
In the weirdest of turn events ever, I don't blame you for those choices. You did what you had to do to try to save the people around you and your city. No matter how hard
We didn't
that
know
was.
the destruction that it would cause.
And that was very evident from the first time Ragnar told me that story. None of you knew that it was going to explode. For the love of every god out there, it blew Andros's hand almost clear off in just a gun form. Pellets. A large one around a city is nothing but destruction. You couldn't have known. I do not blame you for that. I only blame you for not telling me the truth. And I will get over it one day.
Well, you did. You have shot every balloon with that thing.
But I do still intend to help and attempt at making this happen, because it is for the best that Panoptes is not
enough.
still... not breathing, but breathing. But very much not plaguing our realm and what we have left. And possibly destroying the rest of the world.
I mean,
I hate
your argument's not
hate
valid.
the idea of killing the three of you.
That's why the gun range,
But at the same
shooting
time,
range is awesome.
if
yet
that is what
absolutely
Ragnar
terrible
truly
because
wanted,
nothing
and he
moves,
told me that himself,
so you can't practice hitting a moving target.
it would take me time to process, and to maybe even be okay with. But I can't let this go. I can't just walk away from this. I can't explain it either.
Fair enough.
But knowing what's out there and what could happen, I can't just walk away.
I don't blame you at all. The truth finally being out. I understand any time you need, any processing.
Conserve ammo, man. There's...
But take it from us. Time, given enough of it, can make you think about so much. Come to reasoning that you wouldn't otherwise come to. I can only thank you for seeing our side of things.
Well, one way or another, we're gonna get in the fight. It's just where it's gonna happen.
Going forward, he kind of remembers for half a second that he is king. He straightens himself ever so slightly. Going forward, Krug speaks for him. If we knew a way to untether our souls, we would have. She seems disappointed that she doesn't have an answer this one time.
If, in the offhand chance with what we're going to do and where we're going, we manage to find one where your souls aren't, we can manage to free you from it, and I have no idea what would happen. Either you're swift and sudden death because you're so old, or maybe you would get the chance to live out one last life. Would you want it?
Yep. Arden, sounds like.
They both are hesitant to answer. King kind of says, almost
gunshots all over the
letting the diplomacy of station put words in his mouth that he doesn't necessarily agree with. And he says, it would give us a chance to put affairs in order,
How do you want to do this?
establish leadership in the city.
Posh, do you want to live? Living, truthfully. Not just all of your kingly duties, the actual chance to enjoy a life without knowing what you're tied to, what is constantly happening to keep you alive. Knowing that your days are actually numbered and not just by us.
That's just the
Would you want it?
Peppermint. When we all made that decision to imprison Panoptes, we signed our warrants then and there.
Yep, player right there, heading towards compound.
And every day past that,
Have a clear shot.
we might have lived a long time, but we've lived for over 1,000 years, never knowing which day would be our last. It's exhausting. We've lived multiple lifetimes. Krug just kind of gently nods in agreement. If by whatever fate deems us one last go-round, What's one more? But the three of us have been ready to go a long time ago. Crew continues nodding. But unless you feel like killing a god, I dinna see a way of that happening.
We may not have much other choice. And if we don't manage to get your souls untethered from his, you may suffer a worse fate than what death might bring you. Undeath, stuck. Possibly together forever.
Well, you said it. At least we'd be together.
With penalties?
If that's the sacrifice it makes, keeping him locked away, I'll fisticuff the lad for eternity.
I don't like the idea of killing you. I don't like the idea of leaving you possibly trapped within an item for eternity. Or until it breaks, and you're possibly death afterward. But either way, if I can find a way to untether you instead, and allow you to have that choice for yourselves, I will do what I can. But if it means killing you all by taking out Panoptes, and having it finally done,
Down.
I may not like it, but I will do it. As much as I can.
You can almost see him
There's two dead
breathe a
bodies.
sigh of
I don't
relief.
know if there's-
He says,
Alright then.
that's the greatest honor
Sounds good.
we could hope to ask of you.
Cool.
And I hope we are finally square.
Alright. Go ahead and set him on fire, I guess.
Hey,
Chubs.
I believe we would be.
I'm sorry, darlings. Does anybody else have something to pipe in here? You don't have to go to your deaths with me, but I got emotional.
Oh, so that's where the third one is.
I'd like just kind of lean in on his chair. He has his axe, like, as if it's like a squat rack, as he's just kind of leaning on it, and he's like, you sold me at death.
The hell is
So,
shooting at me?
he kind of looks at you, Pep, and he's like, Pep, I'm with you
I
till
got
the end.
clipped. I don't know
He looks
where
at
it
each
came
one of
from,
you.
though.
It's all I've ever wanted to. Dogrim, king, boy. Let's do a necromancer. Stalgrim just kind of curiously. Ah. Aye. Aye, lad.
Good. Oh, good, he understands.
Let's do a necromancer. And with that, we will end tonight's session.
You motherfucker!
Crying, you're crying.
I've been holding on to that this entire time! You son of a bitch!
Man, you know what's funny? Is I was expecting that conversation to go definitely different. I was in my shit and shower. I was in my shit and shower, and I was rehearsing that whole thing, but like in an angry tone.
Okay.
Like it would have been like, "You hold your tongue! What would you have done? Let your city choke on the putrid flesh of their own kin in endless war against the undead? Or perhaps you should have fought on. piling enough bodies finally to reach Panoptes and kill him, leaving the survivors leaderless amongst the ashes. We chose to imprison him and end the war. We couldn't have fathomed the destruction that it caused. We had no idea. It would have been like that.
You forgot two things. One.
Oh, and then
Pep
it would have been
doesn't
like
get that angry very often. But
yeah,
two.
Kodlak would be like, after like he's keeping us alive. Kodlak would be like, well, why didn't you just kill yourselves? And he'd be like, if we knew it would work like that, we would have done it centuries ago. And Kodlak would go, well, how do you know it won't? And then he would have been, because we tried.
Oof, that would have been. Oof.
We weren't always three. There were four of us.
Talk about having a conversation with yourself.
I know, right?
And so on. But yeah, that was my initial thought. I thought it would be more heated. So I was literally rehearsing it in the shower, getting all pruned up because I was staying in there so long.
Second thing you forgot is that Theodosia tends to calm Pep down in a lot of situations.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
If it were
like,
not for her talking to me first, Pep would have just gone straight up to Elder Krug and been like, you. The first time ever, just taking all of her anger out on one motherfucker.
I'm never gonna let it roll. I'm just like, you know what? Let it go. We're gonna let it go.
Yeah, sorry to pull on the heartstrings a bit, but...
No, it's good shit.
Maybe sessions you won't make me sob. I don't do well with grief.
But yeah, I thought that was, You know what's funny, too, is that Pep's whole relationship with Ragnar was off the cuff. And now look where we are.
Yeah, I know. That was completely out of random, and then it just worked out like this. Like, huh, you were really gonna let me kill my boyfriend there.
Oh, yeah.
Without saying a fucking word, which actually, no, that fits Ragnar very well, but also, god damn it.
Yeah.
She very much wants to just slap him in the face the next time she sees him.
Oh, yeah.
Son of a bitch.
There won't be words. She will just walk up to him and just BAP! How?
I mean, hey, that worked
dare
to bring him
you?
back last time, so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. It'll be great.
So yeah. And everything is not as simple as it seems. But I will say, nah. I
Holding
won't
his tongue this time? Alright then, DM, keep your secrets.
Yeah.
I will. I mean, it's up to you guys, you know. Figure it out. Make those choices.
I don't want to make choices.
Try to
I
in between there and now.
Try to untether some immortal souls.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Oh, it can't be that fucking hard.
Just kill a god.
What could possibly go wrong?
Kill one god, maybe kill 3 other ones, you don't know.
It's not just to kill a god, just...
It can't be hard if you get the one done.
How much do you like these NPCs? Just kill a god.
Just kill him, it'll be fine. Nothing will go wrong. There's nothing emotional to deal with here.
Also,
Guys,
you had to name her Krug. Like, we wouldn't be literally killing Birgit.
That was also off the cuff.
Damn, bro.
Remember back in the day, I was like, duh, crew.
Yeah, I remember. Also, the music fucking rolling with you.
Yeah.
So depressing.
Yeah.
Fucking keeping that tone right.
Yeah, that thing that I have up went to another one, and I was like, no, go back.
Can we go back to that one? I have to see if I can note where that happens in the video, but I did not notice it at all.
No, it was subtle because the other thing didn't like start anything. It was just like it was
still rolling into it.
It was this. It went to this. It went to, violins and stuff, and I was like that. We go back.
Now we go back.
But then,
to
yeah,
the
that one.
atmosphere.
Zippers is in your mind, and he says on the fucking song. That was impeccable timing.
She's been fucking waiting to press that one this whole time, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Alright, gang. Everything from the neck up hurts, so I'm going to bed.
Hold on, do you want to
I
see my
hate
dog
you.
first?
Oh yeah, obviously.
Okay,
Reesh.
I know you're so tired, but let me pick you up. You gotta go outside and wait anyway.
You know what, actually,
Oh,
I'm
Little
surprised.
baby, where'd she go? Wrangle the baby.
Oh
my
my
goodness, look at the
goodness.
legs!
Puppy show
You're
off.
so
Puppy show off.
sleepy.
You're so
Oh.
legs!
Aww.
Oh my gosh. She's
She's
getting
a
her
poultry-
teenage face on.
I know. She's a paltry 43 pounds.
Oh, she's catching up. You hear that, Cole? She's
She
only 20
has.
pounds less
She's
than
bigger
you.
than Strella already.
Well, yeah,
Bigger than
everyone's
the dog.
bigger than Estrella.
Oh, sorry.
She's twice as
She-
big as Loki.
Yeah?
She has. She already lost all her milk teeth.
Aww.
And I told her, I
Well-
said, big girl teeth, big girl bladder, and
well.
so far,
Good.
That's good.
so. Yeah, we put a bell next to the door, and we taught her that
Very
ringing
good.
that means to go
Smart.
outside. So.
That's a good
Nice.
way to do it.
Very good. You hear that? Some dogs actually learn that without having dog trainer parents. And they just do it. He's asleep.
Or they
He
just
doesn't
have
give a
iron
shit.
bladders
You don't
like
give a
Gus,
fuck.
and they're just like, eventually you'll take me out. It'll be fine.
Well, that's- The other day,
Yeah,
Cole went 24 hours again without going to the bathroom as far as I knew.
Dude.
Yeah,
Oh, so
because
cute.
it's been snowing and cold and blowy and gross, so he goes outside and then turns around and comes right back in, and I'm like, all right then, that's your choice.
Yeah. Oh, there
Oh
he
my
is.
gosh.
Yeah, the
tiny.
flying pupper.
Yeah.
He's so little.
You know what? He's the babyest of
I mean,
babies.
Clarice will hold it. We cage her during the day. She'll
He
hold
is,
it, whether on 8 hours or 10 hours, even on some
You
occasions.
love to hear it.
I
That's
hate
very
to do
good
that
to
to
her.
her, but
Yeah, but good that she can.
but that she can, yeah. And she was always that way.
Also, it means that if she doesn't, you know that something's up, you know? Like that, oh,
And
Sir
now
Gregory?
again,
Sir Gregory, I doff my cap.
the kitty
Sir
of the
Gregory.
goblin cap.
I also have Ilsa here, but I'm not going to disturb her.
No, we don't disturb Ilsa.
The queen must rest.
Ilsa has earned her rest. All right, we saw the puppies. Now I really gotta go. I love you guys. I hate you, Thomas. I'll
Okay,
talk to
sorry,
you
feel
soon.
better soon.
Honestly,
Maybe the crying emptied you out a little bit.
it probably did help flush my tear
There you
ducts
go.
out. Well, it probably
You're
There
helped.
you go.
Yeah,
Keep everything moving.
exactly. All right, bye.
Bye. So yeah,
God
that was fun.
damn. One, fucking letting Zephyros hit me with that shit.
Yeah.
And then fucking, Great talk with Thulgrim, though. Holy shit.
But there is a situation at the docks that you guys need to take care of, though.
Oh, I kind of figured as much, man. We are the maids coming back into the house that has obviously been a fucking mess since we left. Like, what else could go wrong? We're going here
But
to
yeah.
shop. No, we're not. We're going here to deal with more problems.
But yeah, what do you think about that?
Just fucking fat cat over there, happy with yourself.
I thought it was really cool, actually. I thought it was.
No, that was very good, man.
I thought it was a great way to
moment.
kind of.
Bringing all those pieces in together and, like, really showing the hand, so to speak, as to, like, where the story's going to go with that shit. No, that was good.
Yeah.
Fucking heavy hitting at the very least.
Oh yeah.
I'm interested to see how Logan's stuff is gonna play into this crap. Like,
I'm piecing. I got some gears churning. No pun intended, but.
Just gotta say, I can't wait for that chaos to break out in and everywhere, but I guess it's more like that order to break out in everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still, the mesh is being laid, but there's ideas. There do be ideas.
Always fun, can't go wrong.
Yeah, and Pep stuff would be, on the docket should we go south. So.
Hey, she's gonna bring it up. I believe I've brought it up with the group at least once up to this point as to, hey, if we go south, I kind of need to stop by my home even though I don't want to, and you might have to hide me. So, like, this could go horribly wrong. Who knows?
Yeah. No, but that'll be fun too.
Oh, for sure, man.
I'm looking forward to it, but like I'm looking forward to everything.
I can't say I blame you with all the storylines you've laid down. It's one of those, like, let's see where they go next. It's one of the best parts of being a DM is just like, here's all these fish hooks. Which one are you gonna grab first? And
Yeah,
just
which line are you pulling?
yoink.
Spoiler alert, they all go to the same rod. I mean, not really, but...
I mean, overarching story, we know what's going on. But, like...
Yeah, like, you guys know you're gonna fight
shifted.
Panoptes at some point. Like, that's not,
That's in there. We're at least talking
Yeah.
to the motherfucker once. You know, we have
Yeah.
no idea exactly what's gonna happen, but
Yeah.
it'll be a time. It'll be a time.
Yeah. But yeah, pretty. I had something I was going to say, but I forgot. But yeah, oh, that's what it was. I've literally spent like, I was actually quite deflated. Obviously, you know, we're not going to make Scoot do anything while she's big sick, but I was quite deflated when we rescheduled last night. Because I was like literally for the past like week, any spare moment of thought I had while I'm driving for work, while I'm taking the dog, while I'm showering, has just spent
Just thinking about fucking everything.
just turning. And it was cool because like I hammered out a lot of like,
Watch the bird.
even if it's just for myself, I hammered out a lot of like universe rules. Like, okay, this happened, so what exactly
Yeah,
does
that's
that mean?
it's-
Sort of thing.
it'll
I hammered out a
be
ton of stuff with that. I hammered out a ton of people. Like, obviously, I know the characters' goals and agendas and stuff like that, but like, you know, spoiler alert: a lot of D&D is written kind of week by week, almost session by session, based off of what happens. But I really hammered out exactly a lot of stuff, and you know, talking to myself, and it felt like old D&D. It felt like when we first started. And when I had that shitty job at the airport, that's all I would do was walk around the garages and do exactly that. Write D&D in my head all day long. It felt like that again this past week. And like I came up with all this stuff.
Well, yeah, I was
So I
about to
thought
say,
it
I hope
was-
you at least had fun with the experience and it's not just
Oh,
escapism.
It's both. It's both. It's
I know,
so
I know.
much fun, but it's fun because it's escapism. And I told Mandy about something I was doing one day. Again, I was in the shower for like 45 minutes, but it was literally just because I was playing out, even choreographing
Oh God!
scene, a really,
Oh, God.
really, 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 really
I'm trying,
impactful
man.
scene that may or may
They're right
not
here on top of
be
me, literally.
experienced. Is he playing Marvel Rivals?
No, they're playing Hunt.
Oh,
They were playing Rivals, I think, yesterday.
Yesterday.
gotcha. But yeah, like, no, that scene would be, oh God,
Right.
utterly heavy, like, like gravity well type heavy.
Okay, well, I look forward to hopefully experiencing that shit. If not, I want you
Yeah.
to tell me about it
Just came
afterwards.
right up on us.
Well, I was gonna say, I, you know how willing I am to divulge secrets of the D&D campaign, but this is one that I'm gonna keep secret. Mandy
Okay, I was
knows
about
about
to
it.
say, that I will wait to see if we get into it. I hope we do, but if we miss it, and you know it's not going to come back up, then tell me, because I want.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, kill.
Yeah,
Okay, then
definitely,
I'm
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I'll live. I will live with
The other-
anticipation.
The other thing is, it might not happen for like a really long time, potentially. But we'll see. We'll see. But like I said, like when I come up with this stuff, I have to tell someone. So
That's
Mandy
fair.
was my.
Dude, I'm well aware that you have to
Probably
tell
not.
somebody. The amount of metagaming I've had to do in the past, or not metagaming that I've had to do in the past, of just going, Pep doesn't know shit. Pep doesn't know shit.
Yeah.
What would she know in this situation? Bop, 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 bop,
Yeah.
bop. Alright, cool, that's what we do.
Yeah. So like yeah, there's what's it? There's no Logan. You were telling me about it, right? The orange juice method or the milk carton method or something.
Rubber
We're like-
ducky.
Rubber ducky. That's exactly what it is. Mandy
The
was my
rubber
rubber
duck
ducky.
method.
Mandy was
You-
my rubber ducky.
Oh,
in
Molly,
where
do
you
you know-
talk out the situation
Yep.
with a rubber duck to try to figure out if there's something you're
Yep.
missing. Yeah, the
Yep.
IT
You
thing.
just you explain it to a rubber ducky, and it helps you figure out what's wrong and where you're broken. And
Yeah.
fun
So
fact, Vicog, Justin's rubber ducky.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Lycog is a giant rubber duck.
Literally part of his backstory.
Aw, that's kind of cute though.
Like, Vicog, get him. He goes, quack. I mean.
So the rubber duck theory, the only reason I know it is because back when I worked in the vaults, one of my coworkers and I, we were pretty much the go-tos for, hey, we need this quickly fixed by the non-mechanics in the vaults so that we can keep fucking moving. It was just like, it's you and me, Kelly. What are we gonna do? And she's like, hey, so I've heard about this thing called the rubber duck method, because she was the one that would fix all of our paperwork. And I'm talking like, this is shit that you could not let go. It was all on computer, like Excel sheets, and if anything went wrong, everything was fucked. So she was the go-to if it wasn't me. She was doing all that shit. She's like, here, I'm gonna put this rubber duck on the computer so I can talk to it and try to figure out what the fuck is going on with this shit. And she did.
Nice
She had a
shot.
rubber duck on any of the computers that she worked on regularly.
Excellent.
Oh, dude, it was
actually really
great.
funny.
We actually found some, like, different themed rubber duckies that I still have them. One of them's a pirate, for obvious reasons.
Nice.
Yeah,
But of
so
course.
there were quite a few. It was a lot of fun. Our coworkers, on the other hand, didn't all like it so much, and we terrorized them with them, but it was still worth it.
That's awesome.
Oh, that
Man,
puppy.
if you post any of the sessions, I want this one.
Oh yeah, no, dude. I just keep
Oh,
forgetting to
no.
upload it to YouTube because it's one of those, like, it's so much bandwidth to get it up in the first place
Yeah.
and
yeah,
not
yeah.
have to get stupid. And then there's also the remember to do the thing when your computer's
Yep.
being stupid. It's just like, I will come back to that
Yeah.
later. But it will be up there. I don't know if I'm gonna put it on just by the one that I have set up already, or if I might set up my own, like, a separate thing for just D&D, but I don't know. I'll get
Yeah, we
there.
can. I mean, we can keep it private for now, even if it's just because, like, even like looking back and watching some of the moments just for entertainment purpose,
That'd
or
be
even
so
like
cool, just so I can, like,
note
hey,
taking or whatever.
I can show you what happened. You can experience it like we did. It's like, it's,
Yeah.
as much as I enjoy talking it to people, like, the amount of times I've been like, you won't believe what happened in D&D, and then I just go fucking word vomit on somebody.
Oh yeah.
I've only had a couple of friends who actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where you had to be there. Well, now you can.
Bingo.
Yeah. Fuck
yeah.
it, Matt Mercer.
As soon as it's
Mercer.
up, I will make sure to pop that shit in the cousins chat so everybody can see it.
Very
And
good.
then-
Yeah, Mercer ain't got shit on me.
You know, he's got some production value, but what the fuck does that matter?
Yeah, he's got a whole crew.
Oh, no.
It's not fair. Do you guys like the magic items, by the way? I had a lot of fun making those too.
I was just so fucking sick, and I did want to take the mask, and I was like, oh,
I
the
know!
double horns would be so cool!
I know. I was like, I didn't want every item to be like, this is yours, this is yours, this is
But
yours.
you could
But
tell
I did.
some of it was skinned a little bit towards one
It
character
was.
or another.
It's skewed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone can take it,
Yep.
but it's
Well, yeah.
skewed.
I
I
mean,
don't know,
the
that
thing
clockwork
is...
staff would have gone to anyone, really.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
I'm
all
not
of
gonna
us
take
were
it.
so interested in it. Oh man, I'm surprised we weren't fighting over it. It's almost like you told us
Yeah.
it was there.
Could have been anyone. Could have been for anyone. Yeah.
But no, man, I saw it and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. And then you explained it, I was like, oh, that sounds really cool. But what if Theodosia had it and I didn't have to heal everybody all the fucking time?
Yeah. No, and honestly, I was like, okay, the staff could either go to Pep, like Nimnam, Justin, or Pep, most
I mean,
likely.
honestly, yeah. If I spell slung more often, I'd have been like, hear me
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
The
But-
wild magic
Exactly.
table is going to be fun. as
Oh
fuck.
yeah, and like I knew Nate would like that too.
Man.
I knew
Oh
Nate
my
would like
God,
the
the
wild
chaos.
magic thing.
My
Yes,
God, that
very
sucks.
much. That is
Yeah.
definitely up his alley.
The pot was just like it is
No,
like a
that was a-
personal item, but I just made that as a thing because I was like, let's just give you guys a little bit more utility on stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Um,
I've seen the one of my other characters actually has the more simplified, just flask version of it, where
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
makes a potion of healing every day, and I just have to like if I don't use
that
it,
was
I just
pretty
dump it out and
bullshit.
tell it, hey,
Your-
give me
your
another
pain
one,
punch
and it
pushed
just
you up
Exactly.
in the
So it's like,
area.
alright.
Yeah, with
cool.
I,
So I
I will
figured that'd
say
be-
that with the additional healing that you just gave the group, my next level, I'm probably going to rework some portions of my character.
Okay.
'Cause
I mean,
I-
artificers can change their spells around anyway.
Yep, that's why I said next level. There's a
Yeah.
couple of spells I can swap in and out because I built him to have healing
Right.
because y'all were lacking it.
Well, we had to jump in and out cleric, and then I
Yeah.
became the de facto, hey, you have healing magic, keep doing the thing. So it literally just turned
Yeah.
into motherfucker and trying to keep
Yeah.
everybody alive, which,
Crackdown.
as they can tell you, has not worked out in our favor at times.
Yeah.
The Aboleth fight,
And-
I had to
yeah.
choose between continuing my fucking elemental or dropping it to not only get Kodlak out of a mind control and spaz, but also save Ragnar's life, and it was just like, motherfucker, and I stayed in it, and I kept beating the thing down, because it was like, it has to die, I can't do all of that and try to fight this fucker. It was
and that's the beauty of it, like, I'm giving you guys all this stuff because, like, it's powerful, it's fun, and it's just giving people options. You know, so I don't want anyone to feel pigeonholed into doing one spell or another. You guys got options now, and everyone kind of has those options. But yeah, the staff was definitely designed for the spellcasters. The ring was honestly, anyone could have taken the ring.
I was
the ring of the ram.
to say that one could have been used quite a few people, as long as you made the right rolls. Like even Nimnam could have kept it and then biff people away from him when he needed to. Which
you threw me completely off, by the way, because I was like, oh, that's the ring of the ram, and then you're like, the ring of rays.
The ring of raucous rays. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's got to be something different then. You got me. And then you posted that it was the ring of the ram. I'm like,
literally just the ring of the ram. Yeah.
You got me again.
Yeah, I know. I just tried to make. Honestly, it started with a staff of stray spell slinging because I thought that was a great thing for like a chaos thing. Oh, I forgot to do. There's an effect that would have happened when Nimnam attuned to it. So that little face on the picture, would have actually kind of popped up, and it orbits around the globe at the top of the staff, and it literally just continually spouts gibberish, just like is written by that AI image. It literally is just gibberish. And there's a whole, like, my friend made these AI images, and I was like, wait, I like that image, I can work with that. So the story behind it is that some ancient wizard tried to control chaos, and he got consumed by it and trapped in the staff, and now he spouts an amalgamation of every language ever, just continually.
No wonder why it's the gibberish. No, that works really well.
Well, I mean, that's just AI gibberish, because like you can't get AI to actually write stuff out for you. That's just what happens when you tell AI to write something, and he didn't tell it to do that. It just showed up. Yeah, but it's always gibberish. If you if you look at AI images and there's like signage, it's all gibberish.
No, it's all gibberish every time.
And I was like, wait, that actually that works in lore. Yeah.
Nice.
And then the helm of healing is literally just a staff of healing. But yeah, I specifically designed the helm to be either Pep or Theo, to kind of force theme.
What's that?
There's only 3 options that I can swap out, and none of them were the healing one. Not a big deal.
I thought you could swap them at any long rest.
Oh. From other prepared spells, yes.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, if you need to work around some stuff, and it was like, if I completely threw you for a loop, we can. Nope. I don't want to cuck you.
It'll just be extra healing that we have.
But then, yeah, the amulet of the challenger. Yeah, exactly. But be prepared, because I'm gonna be more ruthless with my enemies going forward. They're gonna be smarter. They're gonna focus fire. They're gonna single out weak links. They're going to. They're going to avoid the big, giant, hulking barbarian coming at them. They're like, why would I fight this guy when I could just go after this squishy spellcaster?
You did really well with the dragon doing that kind of shit to us, so...
Yeah. So, they're going to be a little bit more smarter, and then that should make for more dynamic, challenging, and more importantly, fun encounters, because it's going to maybe force you to like, ooh, interesting, ooh, I'm under threat, as opposed to just like, we go there and pummel it until it's dead.
Some more strategy and, actually following a plan.
Yeah, or just reacting or whatever. But so I gave that amulet as because we had that house rule of taunting and stuff, and I was like, well, with this amulet, you can just literally do that, all within the rules. So I was like, this works, sick. So I just combined the martial adept feat, and then the compelled duel spell, and I was just like, this is perfect.
I love the choice to make it just a middle finger bling.
Yeah.
Solid.
I was like, I don't know what to do with this, and my friend was like, check this out, and I was like, perfect.
I'm actually really looking forward to the next big battle where we're not feared and can't move or look towards the enemy.
Yeah.
Because Molly, slight spoiler, my character's built to help the party adapt to shit.
Yay! Somebody who's more flexible.
His entire fucking purpose is to be adaptable. And the dragon was like, yeah, you can't even look at me. Go the fuck away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit, I can't do anything. Everyone else is too far away from me. I can't do this. I can't do that. I guess that's just, here's a bell, bitch.
Get ready
the dragon was like, avert your eyes. And he was like, what are you doing now? They're like, I'm groveling, my lord. Stop that.
The adaptability may not, props. continue it. I hope it works. But
Mm-hmm.
get ready for all of the disappointment, because there are so many times where I'm like, oh, I'll just pop on this fucking animal form. Thanks. No. The amount of times that it has bitten me in the ass in like 2 rounds. Not even a full, like, 60-second fucking 2 rounds, and that's it. And then it's just like...
No. It's things like I have an ability that I can literally add a +5 to someone else's skill roll.
You just have to be closer.
It's good stuff, yeah.
Well, no, it's a skill check, so it's not battle. But
Oh, okay.
like when Spaz was searching for traps, if she had
Yep.
rolled an 18, I could have just been like, by the way, that's a 23. Just 5 times a day. 5 times a day. Just here's a +5.
Spark of something,
Um,
right?
You get a +5, and you get a +5.
It's actually a great. Where is it? Flash of Genius.
That's what it is.
When you
That's
when you
what it
or
is.
another creature you can see within 30 feet makes an ability check or saving throw, you can use a reaction to add +5.
Yep. The other game that I'm in,
So
at
I
my
will
friend's
make a-
house, we have an artificer who's actually been using that shit constantly.
Well,
So
I used it during the initiation with Codlac.
Yep.
I threw the
Yeah, I remember you doing
Gauntlets
that.
of
You
Ogre
just
Strength,
threw that on yourself.
What the fuck?
and then I added a +5 to myself so that I could overpower him at the
Oh, I
end
got
there.
the free-
Such a good
Yeah.
choice,
free,
man.
ammo, and it only gave me
I
5
I
rounds.
liked that moment, but I do want to
I
throw out
literally
there
have
that
5
I mean I'll
bullets
double
for this
check
rifle now.
that specific one, but typically, you would choose to do that before the outcome of the roll is determined. I think.
Well, I did. I rolled a 16, I think, and I added +5 to it to be a 21
Yeah, vision circuits.
Yeah, I knew it was fine in the moment.
before
Just-
the outcome.
Right.
But yeah,
That's
it is
the last fucking
the
time I do that.
reaction to add +5.
Yeah, and it being a reaction is like kind of fine, but yeah, it's Gucci. No, I'm excited, and like, I do have kind of an interesting fight at the dock. Oh, spoiler alert!
They should at least give you one full mag.
I kind of
There's a
figured there
potential.
was.
They didn't even give me
There's a
that.
fight at the docks, but it's thematic, and it's
It literally
it's,
stole all the ammo in my gun.
thematic, and it's lore friend. I mean, it's not like a random. It's what am I trying to say? It's narratively impactful. Let's just say, I guess. Which I try to make every fight, because I always find it super interesting as opposed to what we're fighting is fun, but why we're fighting, that's what it's all
Even
about.
if I find a fucking
Well, I mean, that's what really
special
gives
ammo
people a
box, I get
drive
2
to
bullets.
be there, to be invested, and not be,
Exactly,
you know.
and that's why you keep coming back to get emotionally abused every other week.
Every other week. Just every other week.
Well,
Last time we played was like a month ago?
on average.
Almost 2 months ago?
That does remind me, though. I am gonna. I'll throw out the next set of dates. Do you guys like that
No, it was really smart.
scheduling thing?
It was really smart. Funny that it backfired so fast because everyone was like, challenge accepted, and just started throwing gifts and shit down.
Yeah. But no, I figured this would be the easiest way to see everyone's availability at a
Instead of
glance,
having
and it's
to
like, oh,
scroll through, days of different stuff, and then be like,
Yeah.
oh, did people actually want to meet up today? And yeah, that was
honestly, it was just kind of for myself. Where it's like, if there's an X, can't do it that day, and then go from there.
That's good.
Yeah,
But-
go from. All right, yeah, I got to take my pupper for one last walk.
I was about
Glad
to
you
say, I
guys
gotta get
enjoyed
ready
the
for bed.
sessions.
But yeah, no, thank you very much for running, Logan. Good to see you again, man.
Love you
Look
too.
forward to the next one.
Alrighty.
Oh, yeah. Have a great
Adios,
night.
team. My heart
Adios.
goes out to you.
And you, my man. Fucking great job today.
Thanks. Glad you liked it. Okay, bye.